their media.
What now?
You know, the standard cold opening, the opening sequence to start things off at the top of the episode. Everyone does that. It's old news. All right, there's a reason everyone like starts an episode in media res or starts talking before the introduction.
Well, that can't happen.
It can. You're just not doing it.
No, it can't happen because I have a different intro for this episode.
Amuro, I'm doing something extremely wicked. If you're nearby, feel my presence.
Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'll cut it in post. Anyway, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Out Pocket Podcast. I am Zeta, and joining me is
for the El Capitan Theater.
What?
Why not?
Besides Zeta,
Got prepared for the live show. Hi, everyone.
you know, I'm not cutting this out. Y'all. Listen.
You've been here long enough, people. You know who we are. We're not adding a new guest to this episode.
Yeah, it's me, Zechs. This is Zeta. He ruined the entire intro. Anyway, the water's wet. Anyway, we've got a big show for y'all today.
No, it's not.
What?
Water is not wet. We've been over this. What is the status element? Is status the water applies to other objects, not to itself. Water inherently is not wet.
Oh my god. Gosh, dang it. Why? That was supposed to be me doing some sort of dramatic or I walk out the room because you ruined everything. But no, not even my own door wants to cooperate. And we've got a big show for you today, guys. And normally I'd be like, hey, we're gonna do our break recap. Not this time. Zeta has ruined break recap for everybody now. So now we're just going straight into a discussion into actual card game news first off. I think the most important thing everyone wants to talk about is the let me see. Is talking about the big news on everybody's thing, which is not related to any normal news. Rather, we're having a discussion. We're starting off the episode with a curveball. We're starting a discussion on the Gundam Card Game. More specifically, they have released every card in GDO 5 in Freedom Ascension.
Yes.
So now we're going to talk about GDO 5 Freedom Ascension.
This is the saltiest intro to this podcast we've had in like a year.
Yes, because in fact, because this podcast existed, I couldn't go to Beyblade when I actually was thinking, I get to go to Beyblade. Oh wait, no, I have to actually do my job.
You're the one scheduling this podcast, buddy.
Listen, if they actually people actually went to the other locals, we'd actually be doing something. I actually have something to do on Wednesdays, but no. No, I don't get that. Anyway, we're talking GDO 5 because I want to put this on the channel. Why are we not on news? What is going on here? Okay, give me a second. Let me double check if I get this.
Sure.
There we go. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's start. What have you actually read these cards now?
I read a good amount of them.
All right. What do you think of Blue? Which is basically just like orb in orb-related accessories.
Right. Like, I mean, I'll start easy. I do like designing the hash mall as card. Critical unit. Like it. I mean, look, it does what you want it to do flavor-wise. It summons the plumas. All it has to do. You swarm the board, this thing is unkillable. Okay, not unkillable. A little tankier. Neat. I mean, I don't know. The orb stuff's alright. I like the idea of, I like cards with cost reduction attached, like the Akatsuki. That's cool. You know, I'm sure it won't become a problem or something like a year or two down the line where like every single card has some from a cost reduction, like it's a Digimon, but you know, it's cool for now.
You know what surprised me? The fact that there's even Titan support in this set.
This set feels like it's an anniversary set. I feel like it's trying to squeeze in as much as it can.
Yeah, I know, but getting an Ashimar that's a link on 3 that gains 80+2 and repair 1 is kind of crazy. I was like, oh, I didn't expect that.
It's like, buddy, who you like? I don't know. It's like, this is a pretty cool Ashimar. It's a little too cool for an Ashimar.
Also, why is the DJ just Karaba? Why couldn't it be AU too?
It's because it's not AU. It's Karaba.
See,
Buddy, we can't break canon here.
well,
You gotta remember, Armor was part of a completely separate terrorist group during Zeta Gundam, and we all just, you know, have to deal with it.
Well, anyway, we got more League military stuff where we got a generic link. We got another low cost gun easy for League military. I'm like, oh my goodness, thank God I can finally run more. I can have a better curve. But it's crazy because they then also gave us a javelin as our 2-1-2-2.
That was clearly made before some recent announcements.
No, I think it was made because of said announcements, but we'll get to that.
Right.
Also, shout to Kigali having the most depressing card art combined with effect of all time.
Let me see. Jeez. You know, I hate like whenever you look at the Akatsuki, an artist has to decide if it's supposed to look sleek or melted.
Yeah, man, the Akatsuki is the one thing I care about. I don't care about the Akatsuki. Why does she deal with 1 HP units? Which is really ironic.
They're just trying to capture how useful she was during Seed Destiny, alright?
How hard you? They made freaking Odello more impactful.
Yeah, it's Odello.
And then we also got Baron Blutarch. He exists. And we got probably the funniest card here. Exclusively defense-oriented policy. Which is this burst attribute main, which is choose an enemy unit that's level 3 or lower, return to the owner's hand. So am I crazy here? And why did like blue and white just switch mechanics? Because you read a lot of blue cards and they're just kind of like bounce the cards, then you read the whites and they're like read the whites. Oh god. Read the white cards and they're like rest stuff, and it's like, what are we doing?
I mean, I'm gonna say one thing, and I'm just gonna lay it out here. This game is gonna look really interesting by like set 8, design wise.
I mean, yeah.
Like the pool's gonna be like so muddied in different ways. Because like every single like faction here has its own gimmick. Are we gonna split between like 2 colors because we kind of have to? That's how our game works.
Mm-hmm.
Like we gave it a little bit of this and a little bit of that last set, so now 2 sets later we have to add a different color in here. We still need to keep the mechanics a little bit cohesive between within the archetype. So now a new color gets access to X, Y, and Z that it didn't have access to before, and now things are a little messy. We try to build a good stuff pile. It's how I imagine things are about to go.
Well, before we move on to the other colors, shout to Strike Freedom being potentially the best card in the set. But maybe not. It's definitely top 5, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Especially now with the news we will talk about later. And then my poor V2 Gundam is just kind of okay.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, right? The good V2 you're looking for is the V2 Assault Buster in set 6.
Maybe. All right, moving on from blue, we're going to green. Thank God the thing that happened today happened, because otherwise the Calibar would be the most useless card in the game.
All right. I just ask something. The band I would set 5 for Witch from Mercury. Why did they give them all the joke cards?
What do you mean?
Man, these are some really flashy cards. Wow, these all suck.
They don't suck. The Michaelis is good. The Deming Barding is potentially good.
So I mean, more like the top end stuff.
I mean, the thing is, we don't have Aerie in this set, so we don't know what the heck she does, because she could have been insane for this new stun archetype.
If they make Gary a promo, probably I'm gonna laugh.
They wouldn't. It would be funny if she's a command pilot. That'd be hilarious. It's like, oh yeah, Stiletto can search her. I mean, like, the Caliban is just very cool. And the short set's actually is actually good.
You know, I'm too biased against Schwarzette to evaluate as a card for diplomatic reasons.
You gotta let it go, bro.
No. No.
We got Gilles Dianslo, which is a generic link. That's cool. We have the actual Quiet Zero, which makes gun node tokens. Which, yeah, I'm kind of like, the Quiet Zero stuff is not finished yet, so I feel like next set we see a lot. We do have potential for an archetype around level 3 academy.
Yeah, but I'm like, how much do you do for Quiet Zero support besides Aerie and Aerial Rebuild but Eviler?
I don't know. But Felsi just reads good for like a level 3 like pilot deck. Because like, oh, recover 2, then if it's paired, draw 1. Like, considering that Lauda is just free high maneuvers, like, yeah, that makes sense.
This is good groundworks for like the next year of sets, right?
Yep.
But there's a lot of stuff in here where it's like, wow, this is kind of cool. It's a little incomplete. Well, don't you worry, because
Meanwhile, no one's here for that. We're here for, obviously, Londo Bell, which got everything in this in green.
God.
Like, the new Gundam is effectively Dragonico Warlord.
Remember what I said like a while ago about printing fight mechanics in card games?
Kinda.
They printed a fight mechanic. They gave Armor a fight mechanic. I'm like, you have to be very careful in any card game when you have the ability to attack a standing unit.
And I just kind of realized something. The new Gundam in the rare new Gundam, that's gonna be crazy. The new Gundam's gonna get two alt arts for two different cards in the same set. Like, the rare new Gundam is the new Gundam without the funnels, and its whole point is gonna be to place the EX resource so that you can immediately go next turn to the LR new Gundam with the funnels and everything attached to it.
Like, I feel like this is the exact reason. This is the exact time you go like, all right, here's the new Gundam, and here's the high new Gundam.
They already did that.
Just so the people mad about the extra booster could be like, wait, they're printing a regular high new Gundam. Oh.
No, you still need high. You still play a high new, you cowards. I will
But
say
SD ugly.
I will say best card in the set. The Jigen. Not because it's a 2-1-2-2, because that don't matter anymore. It's because it's a Green Earth Federation, baby. Let's go.
HSA. Let's go.
Like, I'm joking, but actually, like, the double bullet's actually pretty good. And the
It really is.
in the H2 normal is actually not even that bad either. So it's like, oh yeah, we actually even funnier.
You know, I kind of like how they never did come up with a name for this version of the H2.
Even funnier, we got a Earth Federation version of Bird Mode. It's like, holy cow, we did it. We can play. Earth Federation can be playable now.
Right.
All it took was the Glaze Amuro again.
I mean, that's kind of the secret to anything in Gundam, if you really think about it.
Sure. Is there anything else in green that's interesting? I mean, new Amuro is cool, I guess. He basically took his repair from the original Gundam and put it on himself.
Classic.
Kara getting a card already seems crazy.
I think Everyone with Blessings is a funny card.
No, you don't. You told me you don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's also hilarious because
Wait a second. That means Inner Blessings is actually much more viable now because of the news we'll talk about later. Probably not, but it's still funnier. It's now you can actually reconsider.
I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm allowed to laugh at the card based on one of my least favorite scenes from A Witch from Mercury.
Man does not like whimsy.
Okay, look, all right. I've said a ton of things about how good Shinnimon's version of let's just wipe the things away from the area was for its ending. I haven't talked highly of that. It's fun when Witch from Mercury does it. Because it makes no narrative. It doesn't matter narratively. And then poof! Gundam, no. No more Gundam.
I mean, to be completely honest, like, none of that last 3 episodes make any narrative sense. in some way. Anyway, moving on to Red.
Please don't kill me, Master Asia.
Yeah, Master Asia is straight up. I just burn your shield. I can swing for game for free.
I burn your shields. I swing from game. I'm a pilot that punches you in the face. Let's go.
It's just really crazy to me that.
Wait, wait, let me check the master. Wait, where are the rulings on Master Asia? Can you pair Master Asia with Domon?
I mean, if you activate his burst, then technically yes, because he is a unit. Don't treat as a pilot.
Yeah, that is a flavor win. That wins the set. I'm sorry.
Throw me, Domon!
Gosh.
Yeah. Master Gundam's cool. Let's kind of take a look to Darkness Finger real quick. This is also insane. Just ping 2, then you have Master Gunman play, draw 1. Insane late game burst if they hit your shields and like, ah! just the most insane value shield of all time. Just
Right.
but I think the real star, which is kind of ironic, like over time, like anything, the kind of like the red half of G Gundam kind of got overshadowed by the white half.
Mm.
Like Dragon Gundam's like pretty dope. Like, so same with Sai Saichi's card as well. It just gains breached and you have it burned and everything.
I do like the idea of special move cards in general. I kind of wish we got more of these earlier.
The thing with the special move cards, it almost is like, or like for example, like the Darkness Finger. I wish they just like, for example, more like the Darkness Finger. I wish they just had done the whole, yeah, you can put like archetypes on your commands too. And just had them be searchable. Like, it proves like, yeah, you can do that. That can like help a lot of decks in just being able to search out cards in the future.
Yeah, I guess it's because like a lot of them are like, one, they're either pilots, right? Which I mean, completely separate from the equation, or two, they're pretty generic-ish, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's one of those weird things with Gundam, right? Where it's like, the game has archetypes, right? Totally. It's almost only on like the unit side of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
So like, we're, again, like I said, it's like this is a set where it's like, here's what the Gundams have to look like for the next year. All these new archetypes we're adding in here. Look at these very carefully. You're gonna be seeing a lot more stuff like this real soon.
Seeing more stuff like this. The surprise show up is the Phantom Pain showing up and being a discard deck. With the guy gunning like, hey, when I destroy shield area, you either choose a discard one. If you don't, I get to play out another card. I will discard one, please. And if you do discard one, that makes my destroy Gundam get cost reduction, so it comes out earlier.
Hey guys, I know you all love playing against Lucimon in the Digimon card game.
But for real though, like reading the Phantom Pain cards, I'm like, dang, these are actually not even that bad. I mean, for being like lower cost, not really being there, it's like they're okay. And the guy got them mobile armor mode, just like, yeah, if your opponent discarded, discard gets cost -2, so you can bring out for 1. The MA mode has breach 3, which is alright. Abyss is another discarder, which is dope. Then you look at the pilots. Stella is unfortunately thematic.
The best kind of thematic.
But then you look at a Sting who is just I can cheese you into being like a 2/2. And then L actually just gives a +2 AP boost. So like it's surprising. Oh, speaking of thematic, airframe seizure being overflowing affection, the inverse of overflowing affection, that's actually pretty dope. Like I think Red kind of just like snuck in and kind of I think took like a good chunk of like good cards to set genuinely.
I do like that airframe seizure. It's just like how even Magic handles draw effects. Blue gets draw 2, discard 1. Red gets discard 1, draw 2.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know, it's a different kind of feeling.
yeah.
In fact,
It's like
ish.
it's like listen, your whole thing is to pop cards. If we give you your whole thing is to be technically the more like blow up stuff archetype. If we just give you just regular draw with no drawbacks, no pun intended,
Right.
that'd be a disaster. No.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot use this as your gal jail free card top deck thing. So I
Right.
do like that, and it's ironically funny because everyone has forgotten that Double O is still in the set.
Yeah.
Like the Throne Irons is just there. It's like
Fine.
Bro's just here. Like okay.
I mean that's kind of the Throne Nines as far as one season 2 kicks off.
Just really funny. Hold on, just 1 second.
How's everyone doing?
And my apologies, I got a call.
No problem.
But yeah, it's like Double O for Red just feels so like, oh yeah, you exist.
Right.
Flight mode's not bad though. Another Gundam Curios to the pile. Yeah, Red kind of is like the unexpected winner. Not expected winner, but like definitely was like the underdog in the set. It went crazy. On to purple though. I have no idea
Man,
what.
you know, this. I mean, I'm gonna say something about purple.
Yeah,
Are there even enough Gyaradogas for you to destroy for this deck to work?
I mean, yes.
How many people must Neo Zeon sacrifice for the greater good?
Everybody. Which speaking of, let's start off with the Neo Zeon, Purple Neo Zeon, aka the Quest Mulch Factory.
Right.
Char gets suppression combined with his green version, which can give a suppression and a high maneuver, which is
Probably Char really loves suppressing people.
And then choose a unit, destroy it, destroy it. Then your opponent chooses to pop something, has to choose, which is very funny to be with the trade deal.
Yeah.
It's funnier because I just now noticed you can see some of the Gyaradogas getting destroyed in the background.
Right.
It's so funny.
Char Azabel has truly never betrayed anyone in his life. Just ignore this one card.
I mean, it's not betrayal if you never trust in the first place. Speaking of the Zabi, which can combo in, which can just on deploy pop your unit and then SK3 for Neo Zeon unit. So you could play like starter Zaku 2, play that, have it swing, then play the the rare Sazabi, play it, pop that, then get a top 3 search off of that, then get a top 3 search off the Sazabi.
I don't think anyone's hated Neozeon more than Charizard at this rate.
Even more, the Alpha Zero got revealed. It's an 8/7 blocker, and once returned, when one of your units destroyed by an effect, draw 1. Links to quests. Speaking of quests, for Jack Doga is the card that you can add from your trash to hand if it's destroyed by a card effect.
It's alright. Char didn't mean to betray me, alright? Listen, Char really loves me, okay?
And then Yune's Jack Doga pops the unit and sets it as active, but it can't choose the enemy player's attack target.
Maybe this is all just them explaining why Fin funnels are actually really terrible. You will just shoot your own Alex at some point with these things.
Then we have a regular Gyaradoga, which gains block every Neozeon in play. And then Resin's Gyaradoga. I was like, who the fuck was Resin?
You don't remember Resin?
It took me a minute. I was like, oh, it's you. Anyway, IBO, before we go to let's talk about Destiny stuff. Minerva Squad got some pretty interesting cards. The Destiny getting First Strike, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Force Impulse Gundam might generally be one of the best cards in the set right now. Just re-grab Shin.
Look, all right, we need to keep the Shin agenda alive, all right?
Revive Luna, grab Shin, pop him into something. Let's go.
Yeah, I just want to look back at like how Seed viewers feel if you tell them, hey guys, like 24 years from now, everyone's gonna be loving this Shin guy, all right? Wait, what? Yeah, no, he's actually the breakout character of this series. Huh?
You see, there's something called reevaluating media. And some people just kind of looked at him and go like, you know, you weren't the fault with this show.
Also in like 2008, Bandai Namco's gonna release this game called Super Robot Wars Z, and they're gonna go on a decades-long campaign of rewriting this dude's character. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh yeah, speaking of going back to the stuff, new Char allows you to deploy a Neo Zeon base, which then goes into Axis, which if you destroyed something, you can deploy level 3 lower Neo Zeon unit.
And yet I can't destroy Axis myself to deal like 5 damage to an enemy's base.
And then we've got quests, you know. When destroyed, reduce a Neo Zeon unit's potential damage by 2.
I'm so glad we're able to protect you, my body, Char.
And then we got Yune.
Rifle doesn't hurt at all.
And then we got Yune, who comes a blocker.
Sure.
And then probably one of the coolest cards, Widespread Annihilation. Destroy all level 4 lower units. Man, this card got even better with the rule change that happened, with the news that happened later.
Right.
And then to add into the quest Mulch Factory, Nanai is just straight up grab a pilot. Also, for some reason, IBO is in here too.
Yeah. High ride.
Like, the Lupus Rex is the most unfortunate fortunate game design principle of amazing flavor. Holy shit, what the fuck do you mean? Like, you see it, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't seen the end of IBO, you won't understand what I mean by amazing flavor. But if you have, you should understand what this effect is supposed to be doing.
Gosh.
As for that, the Shiden Ryusei Go being a blocker is alright. My favorite card in this drop so far, the Barbados Lupus, which is attack, choose one of your active Galahorn units, rest it. If you do, draw one, this unit gains high maneuver.
All right, so Mackie, you see the commercial in front of me, right? You want to just deal with that?
No, it's pretty.
Thank you.
Because it context of the scene is because of the context of this is when he takes the Helmig Reinkar's sword in the hashball fight. And it's like this random, like, what? Galahorn got support despite the fact they haven't seen any cards in two sets? Technically 3?
Your Galahorn support is being turned into a target.
It's so crazy because I know set 6 is probably going to be like the whole season 2 faction, but it's still fun as like, damn, y'all really just have to go back to the drawing board with Galahorn, huh?
I'm going to judge set 6 entirely on how good the Roostall card is.
Listen, just make Julieta a rare pilot and I'm good.
Honestly, fair just be gun in card form. Hey, 5. Kill whatever.
Eliminate target.
Right.
Or like deal like a insane buttload of damage.
Deals 9 damage to an enemy unit. Or ship.
Like,
alright.
Choose a unit, deal 5. If that unit dies, draw 1.
Yep.
That would be.
No, it would have to be something.
What happened to me on your screen?
I have no idea. I'm confused by it too.
Okay.
It just broke.
The Floros is pretty good. Kind of ironically gets just a bit weaker thanks to the thing we'll talk about later, but still good.
Alright, I need to figure something. I'm gonna need to find figure out counter a visual display.
And the Landman Rowdy becomes another Akiko target.
Hey Zechs, how do you feel about the zombie from High Streamer?
The what?
Screw, you're now the zombie from High Streamer.
What are you talking about? What the fuck did you do to me? What is that?
Have you never seen this zombie?
No.
Have you never seen the High Streamer design? See, this is the zombie I want to see in a later set.
What on earth is
just
this?
give a Space Marine to zombie.
No.
Why not?
Okay,
it's official.
However you deal with that, you deal with that. Anyway. Back to the card game. Yeah, also just randomly adding Chad and Ride It's like, damn, y'all really didn't have.
Well, all right. Do not speak ill of Chadman Chadden, all right?
No, Chad is okay. I'm surprised he's the pilot. Because like Ride is right here. Like that's just kind of crazy to me that Chad was the pilot and Ride was here. Granted, it's surprising because I'm like, how the hell did y'all not show up yet? It is like, damn, y'all should have been here earlier, but I understand we have to like save some space.
I mean, they are more. I mean, at least Chad's more of a support dude at that point.
Yeah, like Ride is like the one actually in combat more than Chad is.
Chad's like, all right, I'm like one of the last like 2 people in taking down with the brain at this point.
And then we have Resin.
Please keep me alive.
All right.
Where do you think it? What's his name?
Takaki?
No, the blonde guy, Denji.
Oh, Hush.
Well, yeah.
Actually, where is Hush? We're missing a whole bunch of season 2 here.
I like how Denji is like the what gave it, what like helped out there.
I wasn't thinking about Denji. I was just thinking like, who are we missing? But yeah, Hush is missing.
I mean, like even the show forgot Hush. Like, all right, we forgot what to do with Hush.
The vanilla Sheetans are missing. The King's Throne isn't here. All of Gallowhorn, the Bale.
God, Zechs is just gonna be like, all right, so we remembered IBO is a thing.
All right, and last but not least, we've got White, which is basically if you're not G Gundam or Wing, don't even think about your support.
Just if you are not a Toonami kid, this color doesn't exist in this set.
Yeah, just go ahead and wait for set 6, dog.
Right.
Unless you're for some reason turn A Gundam, in which case you got 2 cards. You got the board.
The distribution in this set is so odd.
I'm just like, oh, this is why this set got sped ran as fast as it did. It's like, dog, let's be honest here.
Like every color in this set is like, all right, here's 2 archetypes we're supporting in this color. Also, here's like some random fluff for some odd reason. We just can't. We could have just used these extra slots for the actual archetypes we're supporting in the set. But I don't know.
Like, we just got a random 1/3 vanilla, and then random Gavan Goody. Like, what? What are you doing here?
Like, it's every color in this set has something. It's just here's 1 or 2 cards.
Like, what are you doing here? But
I'm curious, flight model. What are you doing in red?
Let's start with the Shining Gundam. Pretty dope card.
Yep.
And then the super mode is ironically very funny in its weirdness of being like kind of contradictory with its super move, but it's still cool.
Well, it kind of works out thematically.
As for that, the Maxter is probably one of the best cards in the set now.
You said this is probably the best card in the set now, like 5 times.
There are some good cards in this set, especially when you add Shivity into the mix, who is just AP -2 twice. Who's just hard AP -4. So it's like, yeah, you're killing something and probably surviving. If not, you were at least still getting the search.
Right.
Shout out to even being renamed not Oz, Oz still becomes ass. Like the Tall Grease 3 is just okay.
Yeah.
Like
I love that it can't attack during this turn. Like, why? But look, all right, we get it. We're printing a lot of re-standards recently, but you know what? Tall Gaze 3, you're a little too good.
but
If we let you just attack
it's even
after
crazy because
re-standard.
like, yeah, you got Preventers G Team says I can attack this turn. Okay, let's look at the only other preventer card, which is Noin's Taurus, which is just which does nothing. It's so funny. They do not want any Oz cards to be good until that trial deck.
Well, look, you gotta understand. All right, look, knowing service has actually some pretty good use if you're playing a white, purple, vulture strategy.
You mean cards that aren't in this set?
You know, that's really funny. Like, every single person gets 1 or 2 random cards except for vulture.
Like, dog, they gave us the Royal Gundam and Heroes Leo in the set.
I think it's time we admit they just hate Gundam X as a series.
Like,
Especially with the subtitle dilemma.
uh,
No, it's funny. It's art. So out of all the shows, you pick the one show that gives a lot more of a better audience globally to test your AI subtitles on and just ruin the show's reputation.
at least we got the Rising Gundam, who is a generic link that says, when linked, rest the card.
Cool.
More of the, what are we doing?
Right.
And then the Bolt Gundam gets stealth revealed, which leads into Argo getting stealth revealed, which is rest. 2 cards. Rest possibly 2 cards.
Okay, you know, I can kind of defend the rest shenanigans as if you know with G Gundam, you want to have your cards of fighting, so you have to have some way to get your cards in a position to fight the enemy. So you gotta put rest stuff in white because you're putting G Gundam in white for some reason. Why G Gundam wasn't blue and red? I don't know.
Well, you see, all the blue slots with the Kira.
Yeah.
That's really it. They didn't want to do another white Kira, so they put Kira in blue, put all the orb stuff in blue, but it's technically white cards, and the G Gundam cards are technically blue cards. Like, that is the one genuinely full negative with this set, is that it broke the color wheel.
There's only one way to fix this, all right? Use just a 6 color.
No.
Yes.
Anyway, moving on. Wing Gunner Zero Endless Waltz is okay. No, I forgot it has that rest card. No, but it does get suppression.
I'm sorry. White is blue and blue is white.
So overall, what do you think of the set, bro?
This is such a weird set. Like, there's cool cards, especially like flavor wise, right?
Yes.
The problem being, it's all like compounded by the way the set is just constructed. Right. Is a finale set, a bridging set, or a supplemental set? It's trying to be all three at once. Right. And it's a little confused. It's doing too much. I think the best way I could put it, right?
I mean, obviously, like it's the anniversary set. It needs to be doing a lot too much. It should.
It's like
It has the
it's like
right
a
to do
final
so.
plus set. Oh yeah, for sure.
Like it has earned the right because it's like we made it, but it's also like ooh.
We've hit the 1 year mark. Wow, and we got Jig in the mean year. Wow, but also doing too much.
Well, also we have the elephant in the room we need to address. Don't worry, we'll handle it. We got it. Just wait. Just wait on just a little
Like
bit.
we kind of want to hope for out of this set, right? Is that Bandai knows which archetypes to just lay rest. Like we can you know, you can maybe top off Green Federation here, or do something with Age. Age, I feel like cool, but also you're gonna end up putting more Green Earth Federation stuff, which at some point is gonna become a problem. Right?
Maybe. I mean, we have Age 3 and FX
Right.
still to go.
FX they might do something funny. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I just like, where do you go from here, right? Dual colors?
Probably not yet.
Not yet.
I feel like I do dual colors. I'll probably say for like year 3 or 4.
I feel like that might be a little too long to wait, though.
I mean, we don't know.
I mean, I say that, but then the Ultraman card game just revealed Ultraman is finally joining Ultraman in set 9. So what do I know?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, the original Ultraman is finally appearing 9 sets into the Ultraman card game.
Okay.
They're also adding colors into the card game 9 sets in.
Wait, didn't they already have colors?
No.
Oh,
Ultraman the card game plays differently from every other card game. That was a colorless card game for like 8 sets.
okay. That is interesting.
It's like we're actually adding a card game to this card game. We get back to Gundam. Cool set, neat cards. What is this set wanting to be?
It wants to be give us all your money. You saw those SPs.
Right.
You're giving us your money for the Soletta.
It's a cashola set. Major cash.
Like you're giving us the money for the Miorine. You're giving us the money for the Sailor Mass card. And we still got 2 more of those to go.
Right. You know, I guess there's so little in G-Quux. They've managed to not sneak it in here somehow.
I mean, I think the only thing we're missing left is like a G-Quux Big Zam and Endymion, and then like Ultra Gundam.
I wonder what the actual name they're giving. They're going to give a name to that thing, aren't they?
To Super Gundam, yeah. To
Big
the Ultra Gundam,
Gundam.
yeah. Let me see. I wonder, have they actually already given one a name? Let me see.
I'm checking the wiki like right now. I'm not seeing one on the wiki. Oh, Hypered Gundam. You're kidding, the Hypered Gundam. Alright, fine. Sure, Hyper Gundam. That is the name of the figure. Alright. That's so funny.
Oh,
I'll send you a screenshot for premium next Twitter.
yeah, it is called the Hyper Gundam. Yeah, so we got the Hyper Gundam still left, which is
We could have just called it a Wumbo Gundam and that would have been better, I'm not gonna lie.
I think that's very funny that that's just the case. Anyway, yeah. Zephyr was good, and it pairs with the news that we have to talk about later. So for now,
I need to see set 6. I feel like once we see set 6, I'll be like, alright. So here's what I really feel about set 5 in retrospect, now that I see what came afterwards.
I mean, I'm just gonna be mad because people are just gonna be like, "Yeah, man, set 4 was a dud, but this was peak," and it's like, set 4 was also good. I'm still staying
Yeah,
by that.
but
Set 4 up until this set was the best set in Gundam.
set 4 isn't like physically like ripping the wallet out of my pocket.
Yeah, that's why I said set 4 is insanely good, but it's not sexy. It's the equivalent of that of the man, like you talk about, man, I want a man who can cook, clean, take care of me right, bring home the money, do all of this, but because bro is chopped,
Right.
they're just gonna ignore it. They're just gonna ignore it, be like, yeah, but they lucky, no. Right, that's just kind of it.
I can't wait for Extra Booster 2, which is probably just going to be manga / MSV stuff to get announced. That'll be neat. Or it's SD Gundam Volume 2.
Anyway,
Yep.
all right, now we're done with the Gundam talk. Yeah, let's talk about yeah, you thought we were gonna go into our break. No, we got some stuff to talk about before we did our card game discussion. Now we talk about gacha because that's what we are at this point. We're a card game and gacha podcast. So I mean, I think everyone knows we're about to start. If you follow that we're doing, what the hell happened to Love and Deep Space, dog?
Man. You know, I've said a lot about. I've never seen I've never seen a fumble so bad from a company in a while that isn't named Microsoft or Sony. Because holy fumbling!
So
I mean, you know what happened, right?
So for the people who don't know, Love and Deep Space is a otome gacha game where you have 5 love interests who uh basically just all but basically like you have sex with like nonstop basically effectively. I think my
Apparently not. According
or
to
like
like what I've heard and like when I've talked to the some players from the game.
I mean, I'm not entirely
It's
joking,
much
right?
rarer than it happens less than it happens in Nikkei.
But the joke is like usually like you see all these like hot, like very obviously like Asian based dudes in the like in the trailers, like you might see on Twitter that just like like stumble around and going like, uh, oh hey, you see where they're just like in this really intimate thing where they're just like, oh, they're basically giving like I remember seeing a trailer where they were basically just having your main character get hit with some back shots. Like it was like, come on, dog. Like I don't remember what trailer it was, but it was like the one where it's like, yeah, no, your main character is getting hit with back shots that the dude behind you looks like he's powering up with ancient runes. It's like, come on, let's be real here. Y'all in the Gundam spirit just like us. Come on, just like all the others. Come on.
Look, I recently learned the game had combat.
So, but the point, the long and short is that's kind of what it is. It's also like an action game too. But the point is, they announced like Love and Deep Space announced they're adding a 6th like quote unquote playable character into the game. Valko. From what I can tell, he's related to like an antagonist faction.
Yep.
And he got announced, and Love and Deep Space players were upset. Some were upset for some arguably valid reasons. Like for one, Valko's appearance is like very awkward because at the time of the recording, I think there's like multiple characters who were just like, yeah, we haven't gotten anything in like almost a year.
All right, so like the issue here, right, with like Valko and like his timing of release, he should have been released earlier because apparently games are with 3 of these characters, right?
Yes.
3 of these love interests,
Uh-huh.
and he announced a second set of 3 at the same time. And then 4 and 5 came out quickly, and then he just stalled on guy number 6 forever.
Which, I mean,
he was always coming soon.
Yes.
PM.
So, but the point is like, yeah, he probably should have come earlier. But I think the other issue was mainly like the game had kind of like in this weird like content drought ish thing where like
Yeah.
For like some characters like wouldn't get like support for like almost a year. And not to mention they're also kind of like weird with how they do like fixes. Like do you remember that IGN article where IGN actually did like real journalism? It was like, yeah, players are saying that their dark-skinned Love and Deep Space characters weren't able to be seen in cutscenes because the way the lighting works, they basically were looking like unlocked character. Were looking like you gotta unlock the character in story mode to get them.
Yeah.
And so, and like their response was basically like the most generic thing possible when they actually like IGN finally got a response. They're like, Yeah, we want to make sure everyone enjoys the game. You know, we're doing our best we can, and that was basically it. Basically, all they said. That should the first sign sums up.
Look, if I was in Fold and someone asks about it, I was like, yeah, okay, we'll fix it. But also, have you checked out Arlen's skill names in HSR? The fire is coming from inside the kitchen, the house, if you ask me.
Like, oh my goodness. Like, this is just like, oh boy. Oh boy. Like, but that was the whole thing. But like, for the most part, Lotus CJs have been making money. They really haven't had that much controversy. It's whatever, right? And that was more like a lying problem, not like an actual racism problem. But why the fact that they hadn't fixed it up to that point, and their response is very generic, is crazy. But I think it's more like, yeah, it was more indicative of future issues that would come up. I think that's the thing.
Right.
Which now, Voco gets announced. People are upset because, you know, they feel like they've been missing out on content or what have you. Again, this is just kind of like just a quick thing. I hadn't pulled up anything that gives me a whole list of grievances. But
there is a list.
Which there is. You can look up on your own. We're just gonna talk about it. But the long short of it is they got upset. And to those people who are upset over like how, you know, they feel like the content's been like mishandled up to this point, you're proud to have those feelings completely.
Yep.
To the people who sent literal feces to the offices and
just completely started vandalizing the place
and were homophobic, saying that bro looked too gay to be in the game. Like, huh?
See, here's the problem, all right? In response to the homophobia displayed there, designed to be more homophobic. And their way of appeasing the player base was saying, "We're sorry. We understand this game is for straight women only."
Keep in mind, they ain't never said that in the years that Love and Deep Space been around.
Info really were like, guys, listen, we hear you. Gays not allowed.
It's like, what? That what we meant. What? Like, I think the wires are crossing in a way you didn't expect.
It's like the worst statement I've seen. I mean, they also have an explicit no shipping policy, like in their rules. Like, if you were seen shipping the two of the male love interests, we will ban you.
Wait, where did that go? When was that? Low?
That was like years. That was like close to launch.
That's crazy to say. No shipping.
They have a no shipping.
Dog,
no shipping. Heterosexuals only. Love it.
That's crazy. Insane. But I'm like, but it's like, if that's true, then they've completely broken that rule. They broke that rule for a long time. I don't know what the heck they talking about.
Right.
And then so people were basically just being nasty and partially homophobic. I think I don't want to say anything, but I think you can assume where this was coming from.
There was also a bit of racism baked into all of this too.
Because he looked American?
They thought he looked too black.
What?
I know.
No. You actually going to send me that, because I don't know what you're talking about. He looks too black. What?
I was seeing some posts and things people were reposting like Chinese social media like forums, I wish I need to start bookmarking more of this gacha drama stuff.
No, that you know what?
I wish I was joking.
You know what? You know what? Screw it. The black community has accepted Volko into the he's invited to the cookout. Just because of that, what do you mean he looks too black? This is how you know you ain't seen no black person if you think he looks black.
They are finding every single reason to hate this character. He's ugly. He's for gay men. He might be black.
He might be black. What are we doing, dog?
Run down the list.
We haven't even gotten to the actual, like, the actual crash out cause on the western side yet, and already I'm just in stun locked by hearing you might be too black. Like, again, we don't know if this is true or not, but it's just crazy to me, dog. He might be too black. Let me pull up this.
Mind you, him being a furry is number 4 on this list. Nowhere in the top 3.
Yes, that's right. He's also a wolf. He's also a wolf. Valko, loving these face. Images. Let me show you what this brother looks like. If I can, like, if I can switch to news here. Let me show you what this brother looks like. What the heck? No, that's not it. Dog, I hate you. Okay, yeah, let me switch this over, just get the picture. Yeah. This is who they're talking about, by the way. They say this dude right here might be looks gay, too American, too wide, and might be black.
Yes.
There's not enough words to describe how stupid the whole thing has become.
I mean, I can tell you about his character's worst offense.
Like,
in a game where the love interest has been drugged, kidnapped, tricked into incestual relationships, and lied to, his greatest crime he's committed was appearing on a balcony uninvited.
They didn't call this man everything but a child of God. And we're supposed
he's an enemy of the state for existing.
Like, he really
they saw him jaywalking one time.
He really might be black at this point. He going through the speed run of African American transgressions immediately. This is crazy. This is a brother, dog.
Everyone's coming in. Everyone's doing every other crime in the book, and the one guy's like, minor trespassing, maybe. They throw the book at him.
I still can't go on the like the idea that he might be too black. He looks black. Like, what?
He's invited to the cookout. I'm
what?
sorry.
He's black now. That's a brother.
They claim him.
Officially announced today by the Out of Pocket podcast. Valko is officially a black man. I can imagine the thumbnail of the two. You all right, white boy? You all right? Okay, moving back to we haven't got to
God,
the actual moment that made everything crash.
I never thought we'd have to edit that stupid Gantz image.
Oh, but so what happened is earlier, I believe this week, the Love and D Space like Twitter and like socials. Keep in mind, they were losing millions of followers
Right.
somehow. Essentially.
They're calling the most hated person in gacha game history.
Right. So keep in mind, they announced that, you know what? We're sorry. And to apologize for it, we have killed Valko.
They dunked him and deleted my man.
We have killed Valko. You are never getting another love interest ever again. We're so sorry. Here's a bunch of pools. We also might have apparently like disappeared from our offices and we will not be showing up at a convention we were supposed to go to in China.
And then following that announcement, it seems the Chinese government has gotten involved. Because apparently, somehow, for some reason, this dude is getting framed for war crime denialism.
Yes, that's also the even crazier part. Bro got apparently people want to put in like, oh, he's like related to like this storyline about war crime denial, and it's like connection. I'm like, I don't know the context of that, but I did see like multiple people who are actually of the Love and Deep Space community. Let me find one person I know of. Shout out.
It was someone else. It was someone else's event and plotline that had the denial.
Like those DJ Valko. Who was?
I think it was like Zane or one of them. Let's see.
We're trying to find. Oh, and apparently the update broke the game again.
Probably.
Where's that person? Like people are saying like Valko's is yes. This and then I'm trying to remember who is the I saw a content creator. I'm just like I wish they're not showing up. Oh yeah, they're supposed to be at Billy World 26. And they didn't show up. But yeah, like they put like him on some war crime allegations.
That belonged to a whole other character.
Belonged to a whole other character that had been in the game for months before this.
Right. I'm telling you, they are charging Zoo for crimes he wasn't even around for.
Like, damn, he really is a black man. They got this man on false charges and immediately packed him up. Like what are we
sorry,
doing?
he is spiritually ours.
I'm trying to. I can't find the content creator. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Hold on. Let's see. It should be in my history. Huh? Okay. Okay, let me see. Yeah, Angel's Corner. That's the content creator. That's the content creator I was talking about. So, uh, like that is
Man.
that is the content creator, Angel's Corner. Yeah, like that's where I got some of my information from, combined with some other people. But it's like that is just insane the way they did it.
Also, apparently from the leaks, like, oh wait, what do you mean that you just like raise puppies and own a chocolate factory?
What?
Yeah, no, like apparently there's some like leaks from like staff who worked on the character who were just revealing plot lines from the dude.
Oh, they scrapped him. They're like, do not ever bring him back again.
Right, like, oh yeah, we forgot to tell you actually, yeah, attacking this dude? No. Raise puppies, own the chocolate factory. Like what? Huh? Okay, that one I actually have the tweet for. But you know, it's all just leaked information. Yeah, that's funny. And they got this on war crime charges. But you know, it's been a fiasco. Craziest moment. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say this moment was crazier than Snowbreak going on hiatus. Easily.
Just wild to me.
Yep. If you want some positive news, Kazuya Nightmare Master released a character that doesn't have an infinite combo. Took them a while, but they finally did it. I mean, she still cycles through the entire deck in a single turn, but you know, we take victories where we can. Also, apparently, from what I've seen about this current preseason, the one character that got nerfed in the history of this game might finally get a season where she's actually useful again. Finally. They're releasing a status effect season for the one character in the game so far that actually uses a damage over time. Finally. I don't know. That's the most positive news I can say right now. I'd have to take a little break from the Valko nonsense. Gosh. But here's the worst part about this, right? Like the worst part.
Yeah.
You know, they've been there's a lot of these days player base has been asking for new main story content for like a year-ish now. He was the new main story content. It was in his patch.
Yes. That's the other thing too. By canceling him, they delayed the story
Until like 2027 at this rate.
Like the that's what I'm like. That's why I'm pretty sure I might somewhat agree with some of the people. Like, yeah, no, this he was a scapegoat, but it's also like he was the
Yeah.
most like insanely poorly handled scapegoat I've ever seen.
Right, and the new patch that just dropped also has a ton of like censorship and changes to the game. It's like, guys, this is an own goal. You've all actually played yourselves here. Use the character scapegoat, got him removed, and lots of other stuff in the process. And now the government's watching you guys like hawks. Congrats.
Yep. Not to mention, we still got. It's like talk about Snowbreak. The fact that Snowbreak is
Still
still like
clinging to life.
clinging to life somehow, but it's like I don't know how much longer this got.
Right. Like they're still waiting on a proper announcement of anything. Alright.
All right.
Oh, what else in the world of gacha games? Grand Blue's getting a Bleach collab. Yay. I don't care about Bleach. I don't know. I don't know. There's not much gacha news to talk about. Gacha games have been pretty quiet recently.
Yeah.
Except for Bandai just randomly announcing 6 days before Digimon Up comes out that one, the game's coming out on the 15th out of nowhere. And two, they hid the entire time it's actually a idol slash auto battler game.
What?
Yeah. They really hit the most important part like up till the end.
That's very funny.
I'll pull up the tweet.
You don't have to. I don't
Send
really
it to
care,
you.
but
Where I'm just like, why would you? Like you wait until now? You got a million people to pre-register for an idol game.
surprise,
You were trying
motherfucker.
to sell you sold people on thinking, all right, it's gonna be like a Digimon like raising sim and everything. It's like, oh no, it's an idol game. It's like, oh, whatever. Surely Digimon Elysian will come out this year, and we'll all forget about this. God, so mad. The what else? Hmm.
uh, I will say this. I managed to speed run the Cyberpunk Wuwa collab.
Sweet.
Uh, yeah, that collab was basically the we are. It's probably the closest thing you can get to generally writing a story about the ending of Edge Runners without ruining everything.
Yeah.
Which
You really can't. I don't know. Everyone's like one of those like weird things to pick for a collab. It's like
because
Yeah.
they don't want to do it like, because every collab is like we want to have it before, but it's like you still have to which is great is like I think every collab is like acknowledged that like the ending of the story did happen,
Right.
because what Guilty Gear, like Lucy in that game takes place like after, like you could argue like
all post.
yeah, like you could argue like the timeline is Cyberpunk Edge Runners 1, Guilty Gear Strive, Wuthering Waves. And it all would make sense.
Like the only time you get a quote unquote positive collab for Edge Run is in like the 6-month gap between episode 6 and 7 of the series. That's it.
Is that positive?
No. You still you just get PTSD depressed main character, but it's slightly more positive. He's alive.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. There's only one. It's just crazy.
You get like a 1-month period where you can say things are kind of okay in Edge Runners.
I think it's actually crazy because like I played the challenge mode for it, and it's like where it's like it gives it like the whole thing where it's like it gives Adam Smasher like a thing where it's like oh yeah, you get a bunch of buffs, and then Adam Smasher gets a bunch of buffs, and like he has a thing where if his health reaches 0, he actually heals back up to 40. But if you use like Lucy's ultimate, you can actually like it insta kills him. And like Rebecca's like, yeah, Rebecca does more damage, or like she does more damage when he's like at half health. And like there's like one time where like if you're playing as Rebecca and he uses the move, the Goomba stomp, I guess you could say,
Right.
she actually gets like a quick time event to dodge it.
No. They should just immediately just like remove Rebecca from your party once that move happens. Like if you late this move land, she is removed from your party. You mean HP hits 0? No.
I will say it is genuinely funny. I will say the one thing about Wuthering Waves, that the collab and kind of like everything else, is like it is generally funny how Chisa was like the most hyped up character in that second like wave of like 2.0 characters.
Uh-huh.
You remember like she was like the most popular one.
Yep.
She don't show up in the story. Every other character in the game has shown up in the I've only done like the 3.1 stuff like up until Amyth so far, but it's like she does not show up for like most of the events of the story. Like Lene has been more involved than her, and she was the first character up. Like you could argue Lene is actually more of like the secondary main character, and this whole thing, like when Chisa got to that school, she was gone.
Like nope.
Like the only other thing I've seen of Chisa is this random GIF in which she's like eating. It looks like she's like, eating and just looking at a back and forth conversation. It's like, does she do anything?
Right.
Which I guess that's why people can call her like potential girl, because it's like you don't do anything.
Like, sorry, the game is we call all the game gathering wives, and she was the wife gathered. Goodbye, plot relevance. Man, I remember something interesting to talk about, kind of, sort of. The F91 stuff was actually okay in G generation.
Ooh.
I was like, how are they going to make this a main content, right? And not like an event? They put a bunch of F90 stuff in there as like gap filler. Oh, okay. Also, it seems we're getting another replayable Sailor pilot for the event with the full armor Gundam and the perfect Zeong. Like, hey, free Sila and Lala. Awesome.
Okay. Very
Cool.
interesting. All right. Oh, and Nikkei's having Persona collab. That's it.
Right. So what's gonna kill Nikkei first? The first AI gen Nikkei design or a Persona collab? What's gonna start the Doom timer first?
Penguins. It's happening.
Penguins.
It's happening again with the summer event. People are upset that the commander isn't out here like banging every character. like, oh man, I don't need. Man, how dare they put all the intimate events in the intimate event section? It should be in the main event story. How come I'm not like kissing all up on Cinderella? How come Siren ain't on my dick 24/7? How come the almost graduating students aren't double teaming me right now? What? How come Marciana ain't giving me? How come Marciana is basically fucking Rappy? What is going on? And how dare these damn penguins simp for my girl and try and cockblock me?
Look, I've seen people complain about this in so many other games, including like I've seen the people like Persona game. People talking about Persona. You cannot make the romance routes canon. Too many of them become canon to the actual game, and things start collapsing really fast.
I miss Persona. I miss Persona 3. Where they were like, yeah, no, if you have multiple romances, you will just get punished.
Right.
To be fair,
but it's like if you once you start writing the game to account for all the romance options in the main story with dialogue that matter for, it's like it gets real awkward writing real fast.
mm-hmm.
I mean, people already joke about that with Persona 5, right?
I mean,
like, so Joker, what were you doing here during blah 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 blah? Dating your sister? And you? Oh. Why am I putting this on the record? Story falls apart immediately.
yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's just funny seeing so many people crash out over some damn penguins. Yeah, because the summer event is like for some reason around penguins. That's it.
Look, the penguins need love too, alright?
Not according to the Twitter fan base.
When has the Twitter fan base ever been right about anything, ever?
Good point. Anyway, I saw you were playing Shadowverse.
Yeah.
Tell me about your experience returning back to Worlds Beyond.
Karnak was, man, I sure do miss being able to disenchant anything I want.
But you have the resources to make your own deck, though, right?
No. Not at all.
But yeah, you did it. You decided to log in after the event where you got 10 packs every day.
Wah, wah. Anyway, I mean, I still got like 50-ish packs in the mail when I logged in. So, and you know, the deck they give you the claim. But it's like, oh yeah, yeah. Here's these great things called intro cards. They have a stamp on them, and you can never, ever, ever disenchant them, ever. Like, why would you do that? You used to be so cool, Shadowverse. You used to have something. Now you're giving me cards with a rubber sticker on them, telling me, ah, loser, every time I play them.
You're not a loser.
Come on.
You're not a loser. You're just a broke ass nigga.
I mean, that really is what the cards are telling you every time you see one. It's like, don't worry, your opponent can't see them. Only you. That doesn't make me feel any better. At all. Beyond, I logged in, I checked my dust. I'm like, all right, 12,000 dust. Cool. All right, what's the next Protocraft deck? 77,000 dust. Yay!
To be fair,
Yeah.
to be fair, when was the last time you logged in prior to this?
I said 2. Point being, I'm just like, what does every deck cost an arm and a leg right now? Like 4 legs, really? Alright, time to just play every single day for like 5 hours, get enough gold to keep opening these packs, to get enough dupes of all these cards, not counting the 50 packs worth of cards with the intro stamp on them, in order to somehow make 60,000 dust with this beginner deck, in order to finally make a deck playable, compete. Or I could blow my brains out and play another card game. Like, all I'm saying is, original Shadowverse used to be known as the free-to-play friendly digital card game. That's where you got your money for Shadowverse from, side games. I think you forgot about it. Like, I don't know. Am I gonna keep trying to properly playing the game? Probably. But I'm just like, cool. Uh-huh. At least I could play that one other format that's only set 1 cards and they just give you everything you need for it. That's awesome. Sure. Like, I don't know. Meanwhile, no reason I haven't punched the master recently because I'm sick of being at gem cap.
I'm like, I don't know how you got into that somehow.
Think they keep releasing stuff I don't want to buy.
You mean like every
Like
good deck?
I mean, I would have punched into this if they had the Shadal stuff in here, but they don't. I'm not gonna open up Teller Knight and Predaplant.
Why
Are you
not?
crazy? Ew! I'm good. Look, all right. There's a list of decks I want to play and archetypes I want to try on Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I'm just waiting. I'm not spending those gems, so Konami gives me something I want. Look, I built Craft. I spent the gems on Craft. I went right back up to gem cap in less than a month. So now what? Look, it's Konami's job to make me want to spend currency. All right, it's not my job to spend the currency.
Yes, it is. According to Sony,
No,
yes,
no.
it is. Your job's
Look,
to spend
according to
money,
Sony,
and that's it.
yeah, and Sony's job is to be able to release a live service game that lives for more than like 3 months. I think both of us are doing a terrible job by these standards. All right.
Wow.
But yeah, release good packs and I'll spend money, Konami. By money, I mean free to play currency, because I'm not giving you a damn penny. All right.
Oh.
Like, what else? Just general to talk about. I mean, I was playing Power World earlier today.
Okay.
It's fun.
How'd you feel the update?
I mean, the 1.0 patch, pretty cool. I was already seeing some of the new pals in the early games. That was awesome. Like, we'll say one thing, one thing I love about Power World has definitely been on the animation side. Like, I fully believe they just found some random amazing animator in the 7-Eleven. I believe that story. But I do love there's an actual like quest line to follow, and actual proper like side missions and whatnot. You know, the world feels a lot more fleshed out in 1.0, even in the early games so far. So, there's a plot, an actual plot to follow, and like, you know, stuff. Neat. I've managed to somehow capture like 3 different humans, including 2 bosses accidentally. That was funny.
Hmm.
Okay, accidentally, quote unquote. Look, all I'm saying is if you try to capture them, it breaks your animation and technically cancels the attack out. All right. I didn't mean to recruit them. Of course, and then I told one of the bosses to buy another pal, and then I went back and then recaptured that boss anyways. So maybe a little bit of a shenanigans afoot, but no, it's fun. You also think they've changed a lot of the passives now, so team building's a little bit more interesting. Like a lot more pals have passes that are active while they're just in your party in general. There's some neat stuff you can do there. Or else, I mean, it's a fun game. I'm just, you know, waiting to see what they do if they're done here. I doubt they're done here. If anything, they're gonna have to keep updating the game because the company's gonna keep hounding them for more stuff to make cards for. Right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be playing it more. Grand Blue Fantasy Railing's fun. It's fun as hell. That's been awesome. You know, it gives me the same enjoyment I got from playing Megaton Musashi. Only without it being associated with level 5. which means will be 2 free points by these standards. God. But no, it's awesome. Love the combat's smooth. Honestly, I like that every character does play like really differently so far. It's not. I mean, you can match, but decent amount of variety. Loving it. Had to stop myself from playing too much of it off stream because I'm like, oh wait, I still have to beat the game on stream. Silly me. Like, oops. And I've mostly been positive about video games, except for me returning to Gundam Battle Operation 2. Still playing that. And I've learned something in this recent 2 week span of playing the game. Something I regret learning. There's a lot of random mobile suits that have low kicks built into their move set. Like I'm trying to play a third-person shooter, slow moving Gundam game. Why are you expecting me to parry a low kick? Like, bro, I'm getting drop kicked in neutral in a Gundam game. Like, what are we talking about, right? Like, I'm like, all right, they're gonna pull out the beam saber, they're gonna rush forward. I'm gonna try to block, move back a little bit, and then they're just like, low kick, sweep, and you're down. It's absurd. Also, they add the Siswanu, and I'm like, all right, I'm not touching high tier ever. Like, sorry, Bandai. I am avoiding high tier like the plague. Just to avoid dealing with all these 8 crossover units. I'm sick of them. Like, just make a new game. Like, here's what I'm thinking, right? First we got Sparking Zero, right? After such and such years, over a decade, right? Then we got Gundam Breaker 4, almost a decade after Gundam Breaker 3. We're getting Xenoverse 2, pretty much a decade after Xenoverse 3 after decade after Xenoverse 2, right? Now hear me out. It's been 8 years for Gundam Battle Operation 2. It's been out for like 8 years, all right? I think it's time to make a third game. Like, Bandai, if you're making sequels to everything, to all your other like projects, pretty please. Come on. But I think that about covers things gaming wise.
Yeah.
Like, not much has happened in Magic the Gathering at all. Tell us about yourself.
Oh, there's a. It's so funny. A GameSpot article just dropped. I feel like
Oh,
can
shoot,
we
about what?
drop today? That I feel like you enjoy. There's an extra I read. I'm like, oh god.
Huh? What is it?
I sent it to
Oh,
you.
see. Oh, yeah, shoot. Oh my god, Blue Sky, I'm not. Ooh. Okay, there's the link. All right. Oh, all right.
Oh boy.
Like, it's kind of crazy how, like, out of any gotcha game controversy, this one is completely broken containment.
Yep.
Like, everyone knows what's going on here.
It's just like that's kind of the thing about the whole thing. It's like, yeah, it's not just love and deep space. It's more of like the realization of, yeah, this game might just generally be bad, and everyone kind of generally bad, but it's like, or like something is completely wrong in it, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, I just saw that while just looking. Anyway, but like
You know
it
what's
is
funny? I've seen an uptick in people talking about Mystic Messenger after all this Love and Deep Space stuff. I'm like, I've never heard people talking about this game in like years. Like we're gonna see an Otome game like a renaissance happening next like few months. It's like the king has fallen. Joints is in the kingdom. Awesome work. What were you saying?
anyway. Uh, anyway, I think it's time to go on to news now.
Sure.
Hmm. All right, moving on to the news. We're starting off with a bunch of like miscellaneous stuff. Going first, we're getting Fearing Dice.
I have no clue. I have no clue how this made it to the news segment.
Because dice is part of gaming and battle card games, so yeah, I just want to put it in here. It will
This was a slow news cycle, wasn't it?
Oh no, it's a big news cycle. I just want to add it in here.
Yeah.
It will release November 20th for $44.99. It'll come with a D4, D6, D8, D10, D10%, D12, and a D20. Oh wait, no, that was for the. That is if you are wanting the Mimic Box version. The dice set regular comes for $44.99. Which they're also selling a Junji Ito version. So this is the
Sure.
This is the regular one for $44.99. These are what the dice look like. And then this is the Ultimate Edition with the box. They do look nice.
Yeah.
So I am intrigued. If I don't think I'll probably have the money for it due to a certain thing happening. But hopefully we'll get to news about that. But hopefully it's still in the stores when I can get more money. Actually, wait a second. What date does this drop again? November 20th. Oh, I will not have money.
What's happening November 20th?
We'll get to it later. Anyway, next up, Panini revealed more details on Chaotic TCG's Dawn of Param update. Which, Panini announced the return in May. These will release the new details on the Dawn of Param Secrets Decoded for Chaotic 2026, which will release in Q4. The first set will contain 215 cards, each of which will have a unique code for free online play. It will have the original artwork, has 3 different product types: booster displays, starter decks, and foundation decks. Booster displays contain 18 packs. Packs have 10 cards each, which will be like $4.99 a pack.
About $90 MSRP. All right.
Yep. And then there are 2 different starter decks for the set: Overworld and Underworld. Starters come with 52 cards, which will be 2 foundation decks, a 2-card mini pack, a rule book, and a playmat. They retail for $24.99. Foundation decks will have 26 cards and come with a 2-card mini pack for $14.99. So basically, we'll have like a starter which will have 2 foundation decks, which I think the gallery will show what they are.
It's like the jump start. It's in Magic. I mean, I'm already seeing one problem here.
Which is
2. 3, a few. All right, let me explain. So, how many civilizations are in Chaotic?
4. 4
and
in the base, and then there's the Brilliance later.
Right. And of those 4.5, I'm going to say 4.5, only 2 are getting starter products?
Yep.
Huh. You see, I've seen people online saying, well, guys, the original Param set only had 2 starter decks.
Which, yes, they did.
Every time an old Chaotic player starts talking about this new game, I want to slap someone. I swear. All right, we cannot keep doing this. We cannot keep going. Yeah, the original card game also did X, Y, and Z with this new one. All right. I will say, the mini pack is a cool idea. I get the foundation decks, so you can also just do like 3v3s or like 1v1s for like super cheap. That's cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's that like versatility with Chaotic, right? That's awesome. I'm just like, I don't know. I still want to see how it checks out. But also, we're like 3 months away from release. Like, I do kind of want to see a little bit more, right? We've seen the leaked cards. Well, not leaked. The
previews.
What do you even call them? Yeah, the previews.
Which I'm looking at them like,
I kind of wish the previews and things didn't use old art. I'm a little worried.
I mean, if you have the art, use it. Just
use it for previews. Exclusively for previews. Because Zechs.
Yes.
If I see card art from 16 years ago in this card game on release, I want an apology letter signed from every single person complaining about screenshot art in crossover card games. All right, I want an apology form filled out from all of them.
You see, here's the difference. This art still looks good. The art still wasn't bad. But I get it. It's like, dang, we could have like a lot more in the future, you know?
I'm just saying, all right. A set using reused artwork 18 years later for a reboot of a card game while the cards are probably not going to be compatible with each other just looks a little ew. Like, what I hope is it's a leftover from when they were like, oh, this is going to be a continuation of the old card game, and these are all going to be functional reprints for when we re-release this as like the same exact card game in the new set. Is what I hope is the case here. But if Chaotic's opening, like the first set, or so on with old artwork, we have a problem. A massive one.
And we'll be fine.
We're gonna have like the worst podcast episode of all time. Because like that RB movie is gonna be out with some details on all of that and release. You're going to get my RB idea. You're just gonna get it.
Don't worry, things will be fine. Alright, but we can move on from that. Next up, the Hellbreak trading card game was apparently announced back in like April from Spin Master. And it's a horror themed TCG. And they've made a deal with Universal. And they've shown some of the card art. And I'm like, yeah.
This Universal. It might be game off like one.
I mean,
But they can't get Bakugan on the launch, man.
like they're doing they got Jaws, they got Dracula. Like it
am
is.
I seeing, man? Am I seeing a cost in the bottom left corner? It looks like I'm seeing a faction symbol and then multiple symbols next to it in the bottom left corner, and they seem to be varying across these cards. What? Oh no!
I mean, let's look at the posts. So it is on pre-order. Packs contain 13 game cards, and each pack comes with a foil card and a borderless card. Each display comes with 24 packs, and these displays retail for $143.
Okay, there's how to. I am on the website right now. How to play? Oh wait, hold on. Oh, it's a leader game. All right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Here I go trying to learn about this, learn how to play this card game. The PDF. All right.
All right.
To win the game, you must kill the opponent's monster.
Oh God, why are you talking like that?
Duh. To set up the game, each player follows these steps. I'll stop. Like, I hate when a PDF file is like super slow to like scroll. I mean, in initiative order, players go back and forth, taking one action at a time until both players consecutively pass. Alright.
Wait a second, isn't that the rules for? I'm like, why did I remember that type of gameplay concept? I think that might be Riftbound. But I'm thinking, wait, isn't that the way that like combat in isn't that the way like combat worked in the game we cannot mention?
Huh? Oh no. Alright. This game looks, I don't know what to say. I'll have to read more about it, but this document is like super slow. Like, it seems to be doing a lot of stuff here. There's like 2, 3 different resources. Each card like gives you your resources at the end of the turn if they're still on the battlefield, and so on. I'm like, all right. I'm not even gonna think about it anymore. We have a lot of news to go through. I'm not gonna get distracted by the Dracula card game.
Yes. So let's move on. Um.
Huh.
So we move on to the next news. The Pokemon TCG 30th celebration Ultra Premium collections got unveiled, and it's a pretty big product.
Oh wow.
Got another one of those ultra rare Pikachu's in there too,
Of course.
but it comes with a whole bunch of packs. Let's look at it. This collection is perhaps the biggest Pokemon TCG product to hit the street 2026. Packs, promos, accessories, and more. Dream. Each set comes with either a day themed or a night themed Pikachu EX promo illustrated by Yoshiroten. Collection comes with a foil promo with Espeon and Umbreon, Pikachu EX, a playmat featuring Pikachu, Espeon, and Umbreon, 65 card sleeves, a deck box, a metal corn featuring Espeon and Umbreon, 6 damage counter dice, 29 Pokemon TCG 30th Celebration booster packs, a Pokemon
What an odd
TCG
number.
Pokemon TCG 30th Celebration Classic Collection booster pack, and a code card for Pokemon TCG Live.
I mean, that'll be a pretty sick code card, right?
Which yeah, so it's just 29 of the regular packs in like a special 30th pack. That's what it is. which I think is pretty funny.
Yeah. 29 packs, but also 30 yet. Yeah.
Each of these collections will retail for $179.99. The price listed in this article was the current price for 4 boxes. That was an issue.
I imagine that's where that whole like fast code where people were talking about GameStop charging 600 for it came from.
Mm.
But no. Even GameStop's not that crazy to charge about like a factor of 4. Right.
Yeah. So that looks really cool. Hopefully someone gets on. Good luck, everybody.
Yep.
On to more news. Next up, we've got Shadows Evolve. They banned Yudi. They banned the mascot card.
I had to double check that said Evolve and not Rolls Beyond because I was about to have a heart attack. I'm like, no, wait, don't do this to me. I just got that Craft stack.
Yeah, so to ensure a fair gameplay environment for all Shadows Evolve players, the following ban will be implemented in all formats, which is UD Beta Reborn being banned. This ban will take effect starting from September 4th and will be lifted upon the release of combined set Eightfold Retribution and Omens and Errors on September 25th. Why? Because this specific UD will release before the actual set her card comes out in. Because this is the alt art that's coming out in the with a special set, which I probably should buy because
That's fun. That's a really funny ban. All right, sorry, we are banning the pre-release of this card. After the card's out, legal again.
someone said, "What?"
Like,
someone said, "What did my mentor do?" But that is very
like,
funny.
I'm confused because I don't even think her effect's been revealed yet. It's like, yeah,
Yeah, that's the point.
it hasn't. You don't know what this card does, but once you know what it does, you cannot use this card until the 25th of September.
All right, next up, that's just really funny.
Crazy.
Next up, they're gonna start doing a first look at Star Trek on the 14th for Magic.
Sure.
Yep. I mean, there's not really much to say. It's just like, okay.
I mean, at least you can use Edge of Eternity, Star Trek, and Reality for extra cards in the same deck.
Oh Lord.
What do you bring to the table? Space. Just space.
Just distorted space time. Next up,
Yeah.
there was a ban restriction announcement on June 29th. For Legacy, Candelabra of Tauros got banned, which is pay X, untap X separate lands. Yeah, for 1 cost. Yeah, I can feel there's a reason that card probably needs to get hit.
Okay, yeah, but it's like Legacy. Come on, who cares?
Poppers.
I'll use these lands to reuse these other lands.
What the hell is this border? Seeker of Skybreak has been banned.
Oh, you haven't heard of the future sight cards? You haven't seen them?
No.
Yeah, no, there's an entire like block like way back where like Watsy was like, here's 2 sets about what we think the future Magic might look like later down the line.
Oh, so just like two sets that are just like a couple of things. There's like you were just trying to mess around with new looks.
We like and like testing design space both on the card and like in the card text and effects and whatnot. Yeah,
Yeah, because
just two
this
prototype
definitely
sets.
looks like a modern card game design. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for Brawl,
Um,
Force of Will is
when did
banned.
Future Sight come out?
Mhm.
This was in 2007. Yeah, they actually just predicted modern card game, the modern TCG. Hey, look.
But for Brawl, Force of Will, Subtlety, Wash Away, Ugin's Labyrinth, Time Warp, and Temporal Manipulation have all been banned.
I'm gonna miss Wash Away. I liked having a one insert, a 1 minute answer to my opponent's commander.
I mean, this is for Brawl, though.
Yes, it affects Arena.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's why I asked you, like, how do you feel about this?
I'm okay with everything else getting banned except for Wash Away. It's like, come on. Let me have something to stop their stupid Jodo Unifier plays. I mean, I also hate counterspells as a whole in general, so I'm kind of okay with it, really. It's up two minds, right? Frankly, I think I just want a time machine to go back and tell Richard Garfield to not print counterspell. Just go up, 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 up. Find something new, find something different for blue. Trust me, I'm from the future. For the sake of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering, do not print counterspell. That's it. That's all I'd want to do.
Okay.
Like there's a timeline where we don't have negates in card games.
On to more somber news. The artist Ron Spears passed away. I just want to bring this up because, a very pivotal part of Magic the Gathering history and card game history in general is artwork, and you know, shouting out one of the oldest artists should be so they did Veil Century and a lot of other cards. And here, like some of these, I'm like, dang, this is what I think of when I think of Magic.
Right. Especially Atagatog. Or is it Atog? Whatever. Cool card.
Yeah, just very beautiful. Rest in peace. My condolences to his family. Just something to kind of put that there. All right. Next up, for Magic News, they announced a Magic is Limitless secret lair for a fundraiser for the Global Fund for Women. And so you buy to donate on July 20th. So if I can remember, so the thing about this is that will be a print to the man set.
I think all secret layers should be.
Which is crazy after they said, yeah, we can't do a print to the man set. But for some reason you can, like, this is what's so awkward about this. It's like, so you can do it.
Right.
But it's very awkward to do it with to actually have that one be like doing this.
I do like it that that they're like doing it for a charity, right? Like that makes sense for a print to the man, right? It's like a gift for a pledge. Like, yeah, that should be print to demand.
Like, just the awkwardness of, you've been telling us you can't do print to demand, you can't do print to demand, and then you're doing the print to demand on a charity, but now it's got the whole everybody like, so you could do it the whole time. Like, it's just
Yes.
The message is gotten muddied here,
Right.
and that just sucks. Because his art is generally good. I'm like, oh man, I would kind of actually want some. Kind of would consider getting it, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, moving on. All right, it's time to talk about. Remember what we talked about earlier? We talked about some sort of detail that came later.
We could just move this to the top,
True, we could have, but I didn't want to. Yeah. It's later, almost. I need to take a quick break.
All right. So we'll get them card game.
All right. Yep, we're back. So, Gundam Card Game released a ban restriction card list for this July. Announced to drop the same day as the card list. Right. This is why we were kind of teasing about the thing that happened and how this set is going to be reassessed now.
Yep.
So, we, the GCG developers and management team, have been keeping a close eye on the meta on a daily basis to ensure that playing the Gundam Card Game remains an enjoyable experience for all of our users. After much testing and deliberation, we would like to use the opportunity to announce several new updates to the ban and restricted card list. So, let's start with this part. This was not scheduled.
Nope.
Because when they did the first restriction list, that was 3 months ago, and they said they want to do it every 6 months. We were like right at the apex of set 4, and now here we are at set 5, which has barely been 3 months, plus the extra booster for G-Gen.
Right.
So the fact they have sped this up additional 3 months tells me that straight up they realized they could not wait any longer. They had to do something. Already off rip with that context. So we begin. The whole thing, how the restrictions and lists and whatnot. We understand that these can heavily affect the way people play the card game, so we're announcing these new additions to the ban restriction card list in advance before they go into effect July 24th. So they did add this. Official Season 1 regional tournaments already scheduled for July will not be affected by the new bans/restrictions. New bans and restrictions will be officially in effect from offline official Season 2 regional tournaments. Furthermore, to comply with this update, decks that are registered for tournaments on or after July 31st that are affected by the new ban restriction rules will be reset on July 27th. We kind of ask you to re-register your deck before participating in these tournaments. So yeah, Season 1's still going to be on the old ban list. They're like, don't even worry about it for July.
You know what? Fair.
Like, anything that happens on or after the 31st that would be affected by restrictions will be, you're set on the 7th and you just have to re-register the deck. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're already registered, you already made your plans. You don't have to re-register.
Yeah. Like you're still in this meta, but everyone, right? because it's like I think everyone's kind of like I think people were kind of upset. It's like, oh come on, why? The answer is one. It's like, dog, y'all been already took care of, y'all got your plans. It'd be messed up to just like immediately do this hard what we're considering what they are going to do in this list. We've seen it.
Yeah.
It makes a whole bunch of sense. So,
Right.
coming on to this, we didn't. I'm sorry. We should put it. So it makes sense that like you're basically going into a fundamental like soft reset of the game. We'll talk about it. So first off, they banned Aksha.
Known.
In the present meta, there are exceptionally high number of blue-purple decks being played that make very heavy use of the Aksha, and purple cards that have the ability to deal damage to enemy units, and their win percentage stands out. We are adding this card to the list as banned in order to create more diversity in the meta by reducing this unit that deals direct damage to enemy units. So, I feel like this is like half true, because yes, Aksha is very much strong. It's on curve. It pings 1.
Uh-huh.
But I think the end thing is like, yeah, it's blue purple, but it's also used in blue red. Like blue red and 1 Year War as well. Like it is like in like a lot of the top decks, this is seeing a lot of play. I feel like the idea of them is like, we made a mistake with giving blue ping. Even if it was rested, they feel like we kind of made it gone too far with it.
Right.
There was a post on Blue Sky replying to the list, going like, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see if I can find it. Yes. Okay, here it is. The first card to be capital B banned from play in the Gundam card game is the Aksha from Unicorn. Is the funniest and most on-brand thing that's happened in the game to date, I think. The Aksha doesn't even get named on screen, I don't think. And it's only in episode 5. The Ashima from Zeta that it's derived from isn't even in the game yet, which it did the same day.
Yeah.
Truly the Screwball pick. Even
I feel the funny thing about Unicorn, there were so many random units for the Battle of Torrington, and afterwards that you just shove in. And it's like, who are you? You don't know.
That is just very funny.
I see the issue with the Aksha being, man, isn't it kind of convenient that every single token deck immediately gets checked by 1 ping?
I mean,
man, there sure were a lot of 2/1 tokens printed in the Gundam card game. Sure would be a shame if Aksha.
Like, not even that. It's also like, what? Like, so many people were like basically saying that what is it called? Not as I'm breaking. I'm just trying to think. I'm like, what was it? Oh yeah, the UN stuff for Double O. People are saying like, it's basically unplayable because like an auction just killed it. Would kill the entire board.
Right.
Which, on one hand, yeah, I feel like that's what an aggro strategy should be. Like you should be fragile as heck, but you are fast.
Right. But also, typically in the other card games, the fragile aggro deck is the one that gets access to the ping.
And that's kind of the thing, right? All the aggro decks that were seeing competitive success weren't actually fragile. They were fast and sturdy, right? Anksha is one example.
Right.
Another example is obviously the other card people look at, like the Barbados Lupus Adapt, which has got assimilated into it. So it's very funny. That's like, yeah, no, the reason aggro and Gundam was so good was because not only was it fast, it was sturdy. You didn't have a lot of ways to remove cards in such a way that
Right.
made that negated early game rush. So like an auction makes sense there. Restrictions, no additions. Corsica base is still locked in jail, but they have now added banned pairs. Cards A and B cannot be used at the same time. So, for example, the first one is the GDO1 gun tank, which has the same effect as the Anksha, and the M1 Astray Strike from the set 5. The cards listed above have the same abilities and stats, and they were designed to produce synergy among cards with their respective traits. However, as with the argument for banning Anksha, the win percentage of decks using multiple cards that have the ability to deal damage to enemy units has exceeded our expectations. Therefore, we are adding these two cards to the list as a banned pair. They're like, yeah, like we know. Everyone's like, why did you reprint it? Why? Well, the answer is because we're making sure you can't play them both at the same time. This is for Orb.
It's really,
this
really
is for
the phrasing
Federation
here. Their designs produce synergy among cards with their respective traits. The respect trait being we want to print, you want to give it dex access to twice the burn. The synergy is you've made a burn deck. You didn't add a burn to Earth Federation and burn to Orb. You made a burn deck. I'm glad the restriction exists. I'm just like the reason it's hilarious.
Yeah. Next thing, Amuro and Mika are choice restricted. Blue purple decks capable of using these two cards in unison are extremely proficient at dealing with enemy units, and the number of those decks being played, as well as their win percentage, is exceptionally high. We are adding these two cards to the list as a banned pair in order to rectify the situation and create more diversity in the meta. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it. I think the thing is like it's very hard to make an argument for against making this choice strict than it is for like than it is to be like, yeah, this choice strict need to happen. All right.
Right.
It's kind of awkward because it's like
sure, okay.
It's like, cool, that's fine. Like we're
You actually just can't say anything.
yeah, it's like
man, good hits. Wow,
like,
cool.
It's kind of awkward. It's like, won't be against this genuinely for the health of the game that I would generally be upset about. I'll talk about it in a second.
There's someone right now out there somewhere who's quitting the game because they can't run Blur at full power. One person.
All right. So now we go to this, which is the big thing. relates to Zaku 2, the Zaku Mariner, the Demi Barrison, the Hyzak, the Nemo, the Zaku 4 Snake Eyes Yeti G Quux, the O Gundam, the Borjanon, the Javelin, the Jigen, the Shining Gundam, the Hybe Hyzak, the Heroes Leo, the GM, the Jin, the Grays Custom, the Grays, the Gelga G Quux, the Zaku Warrior, and the G Generation Nemo. All combinations of cards that match the above description. A unit card that is level 2 would cost 1, 2 AP, and 2 HP, and without effects, excuse me, I hit my mic, are included as banned pairs, and no more than 4 copies of one card matching this description can be used in a deck. Additionally, matching cards printed in GDO5 and after will also be added to the above banned pair listing at the time of their release.
All right, this could all be solved if they just printed a level 2 would cost 1 AP and 3 HP. The problem will immediately solve itself, all right?
You mean before they release the game?
Yes.
So let's read this.
I mean, they can still do it right now. Just release vanilla 1.3s into the ecosystem. Trust me, all right?
In the present competitive environment, there is a lot of importance attached to the efficient destruction of enemy shields and achieving a quick conclusion. And we recognize that decks which focus on deploying many low-cost units are being constructed to produce these results. Fast-paced decks employing a large number of cards matching the description, a unit card, are particularly powerful, and any opponent who lacks an effective strategy against them may have no choice but to accept an undesirable game outcome. Such situations are at odds with the game experience we hope to provide. We are adding these cards to the list as banned pairs in order to further support the diversification in deck construction and adoption promoted by the previously mentioned bans and restrictions, thus providing a meta that encourages more deck variety. In addendum, we recognize that 2 cards matching description are included in the Iron Bloom starter deck, and players will still be able to use this deck in official and sanctioned tournaments so long as no changes are made to its lineup. Same thing with the Korska base. Which
Can I
is
just
like,
say that I love the description and how like legally binding and how like legally specific it is? A unit card that is level 2 would cost 1, 2 AP, and 2 HP, and without effects.
mm-hmm.
So you cannot get this confused at all.
Yes, these are what we talking about. We have the wanted list right here. Right here on screen. This who we talking about. Well, you know right now.
So you're probably never printing these again.
All right. So, before let's get to it. What do you think of this decision? Because this is the big one.
Look, I commend the Gundam team for killing Rookie Rush faster than Digimon ever could.
I've heard horror stories
Or ever
about that.
attempted to.
I've heard the horror stories about that.
Right. Look, I will say that one Digimon was pretty funny, where people were trying to put the Rookie Rush and Mega Spam. Fun times in the Wild West. I mean, it's a good change. It's just it's a funny one, right? But I mean, it's also I don't know if I want to call it an issue with the Gundam card game, or like an awkward thing with it, right? Because like, what are you doing for turns 1 through 3, right? I mean, like until level 1 and level 2, a lot of the time, right?
Hmm?
Either playing with one of these stupid bozos or spending time filtering. your hand. Like, I don't know. I feel like the game does actually just need or some form of early game units,
Yes,
right?
I agree.
It's weird when you have like 2 turns of like you know like even magic is faster somehow in this regard, right? Somehow. All right, draw, like, resource, pass. Draw, resource, pass. All right, my turn again. Draw, resource, pass. All right, your turn. Draw, resource, pass. All right, my turn. Draw, resource, play a card. Like something has to change there, right?
Mm-hmm. So there's one more art thing we gotta say here. In regards to the present game meta, within which fast-paced blue-purple and blue-green decks have a strong strength advantage, we believe the game rules themselves may be a contributing factor, and we are looking closely at a possible fundamental rule change. However, because such changes cannot be rushed, we are making this current revision to the ban and restriction list as a temporary measure to rebalance the game meta for the time being. If any changes are made to the game rules, the contents of all previous revisions to the banned and restricted list will also be carefully reevaluated. So yeah, they just straight up admit, yeah, maybe there's something wrong with the rules themselves, and we might need to change something in the game itself.
They are testing 2 resource per turn right now with the One Piece guys. I guarantee it.
Oh, that'd be funny.
You know, like it wouldn't surprise me if that change happens, right? So we've seen it before, right? If you do 2 resources per turn while you also get a going second player an extra resource, one person plays on evens, the other plays on odds, you do actually have a really interesting going first and second dynamic. It could work.
It could, but it is very much there, right? But even then, it's like a lot of the issue with the game was it's because a lot of these super bombs took like until level 4 is when like stuff started to really happen.
Right.
Like I think that's the sweet spot for the game, where it's like level 4, y'all really start getting into the woods of things, and the gameplay happens,
Right,
and
but
you
you
can
also
make back and
you want the
forth.
tempo game to start earlier than level 4, right? At least start before, if besides playing cards to just like cycle your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a weird spot to be in, right? Like you have to hit all these cards that are a little too fast. But because of the rules of the game, people are going to fluctuate the cards that are faster just to get a body on board. Because not having a body on board in a trading card game just feels bleh.
Yep. But I think the other problem with these specifically is that these were just too strong on curve,
Right.
right? Like because like yeah, those two. Because I remember someone remember me of like the math of the of like how to evaluate cards like base stats, right?
Right.
Right. You add the amount of the level and the cost, and then their AP/HP, and then if the AP/HP is greater than the level and cost, then it's a good card to have, right? If it's 1, you obviously should just take it just for the raw stat value. If it's 2 or higher, yeah, definitely take that shit. So that's the thing, right? That's one thing, right? It was +1 on curve, and it's early to drop, right? Turn 2, you
Right.
drop
But
2 of
also,
these, and also like you said,
on the flip side, because it's probably because they're vanilla, right? Like every card game does this.
yeah,
A vanilla card is allowed to have at least at one stat point like above curve.
yeah. I think the problem is they put the stat point in the wrong spot.
Where would you put the stat point? In AP or HP?
I would have put it in I mean, that's kind of the difficult discussion, right? I feel like it shouldn't be like I feel like I would probably
Okay.
put it in AP, like some in AP, some in HP. Like I feel like them being even was the issue because so many cards ping one, but it means the card is still around. So if you have like the ones that are like 3-1, yeah, this just hard swings like a beat stick, but it's very easy to remove.
Right.
But if you gave it to the HP, yeah, this thing has a fat booty, but it can't deal damage.
All right, now hear me out. You make them 1/3 blockers for 1 cost.
No. Well, I don't know. But then they're not vanillas.
Right.
Like that defeats the point.
I mean, true. I mean, they have to be like level 2 cost, like 1/3 blockers,
Mm-hmm.
which would do a lot for the game.
It would.
Maybe.
Like it at least if they were like, okay, if they 2 as 1 cost, but like they were like searchers. Maybe like searchers for your archetype, like you take the stat point away and just make it a searcher or something. And just every like archetype has a generic one like that. Though that'd be awkward because Xeon has like 3.
Jeez. I mean, that's a problem. That's a problem. This card games have to cross at some point eventually. Like, so we printed way too many cards with Xeon in the name. I mean, the art attribute. Like,
Like there's what 3 for Xeon, 2 for Zaft, 1, 2, 3 for actually 1, 2, yeah, 3 for the Earth Federation. Right, because Javelin is both Earth Federation and League Militaire.
right. And meanwhile, like every single G generation deck has to run blue obligatorily just because of the Nemo.
Pretty much.
Like that's that entire like set / starter decks early game is all on that one Nemo.
Right. It's that awkward thing of because and again Neo Xeon has what 2 now?
Yep.
Yeah, it has 2 now thanks to the Hobby Hyzak. Which is kind of funny. It's like, where does Hyzak come from? Most of the Titan suits went to Earthfed. This one just straight up said, you know what? I'm gonna just head to Neo Xeon.
Yeah,
That's just
I feel like everything that happened after the 1-year war is just like, all right, what are we gonna do, fellow Xeon members? I don't know. I'm going to Africa. I'm joining the Earth Federation. I have no idea. I'm just going.
I'm going
See you
home.
guys on the moon somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm going
that was
home.
just a tangent, but it was funny. The point being, yeah, I feel like there was just kind of an awkward fundamental thing that I don't think people realized until halfway into set 1.
Yeah.
Or like it became very openly known halfway into set 1. Because that's when like that is when 1-year war aggro started. Which is, you know what's really funny to me? The fact that out of all colors, by GDO4, White had 4 of these cards. They had the Garrison, the Nemo, the Borgenorn, and the Grays. And there was not a white aggro deck. Like, there, and it was great, which is funny. Like, there wasn't a white aggro deck. There was just like topping everywhere.
Yeah.
which is crazy because I lost my shop regional in the finals to a blue-white aggro deck.
Look, at this point, I don't even think the Gundam card game has a hard color probably besides green ramps. Awesome.
Right, but is any ramp good?
Oh, Calibard.
They made Sean's card a ramp that also gets back Amuro and any higher level pilots, and people are still she probably still sucks.
I mean, you could be age where people are like, all right, guys, we have all this ramp. What do we do? What do we ramp into? Not age cards.
Yep. I'm still sitting on the cope of the Penelope being good, being like the top end.
This is crazy.
Yeah, but the point is,
what do you mean you created a stairway to nothing?
but the point being is like these cards were just conveniently in the right space where everything just kind of went right for them.
Mm-hmm.
Which then goes to the other thing of people were talking like, oh well, we still have the Zaku too. We still have they dropped in the a straight strike. They dropped in the Exia with Death Touch. It's like, okay, cool. Those are way more easier to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, yes, the gun tank is a powerful card, but that only has 1 damage. If I literally slam into it, my card is still staying.
Right.
Like if you drop another again, okay, cool, that's fine. But it doesn't really plus you anything.
That costs you 2 gun tanks.
Yeah. It costs you 2 gun tanks, and now you're even more limited on the gun tanks thanks to auction being sent to the stratosphere, unless you're playing blue-purple still.
Huh.
Which I think is another reason why I think that's the other reason why they didn't want to play Angsha, wanted to hit Barbarous Adapt. It's like Barbarous Adapt has too many high rarity cards already. For one. And 2, honestly, killing the Adapt pretty much just kills Tekkadan as a whole. You can't do that. Like,
so what you're saying is you want to kill on set 6.
I mean, I would say like we give it more time. It's like, oh, like Adapt should exist. It's just because
not in this ecosystem.
Yeah. Like the ecosystem cannot afford for Adapt to die. So Angsha had to take the hit. Right. So as for this, it is clear they're like we might need to like really do a change up on some rule. Right? Like 2
resource per turn.
Like you said, per turn, might have to do something with shields. I think the one thing you should do is probably like give bases damage. Like these are literal warships. Why can the Archangel not deal damage?
Yeah. Honestly, you do a lot to slow the game down if you make every single battleship a 2/5.
Yeah, that is cool thing. Like even if you have to be like, yeah, we're just gonna route every like warship into a 2/5. And like we give
do it.
Right, warships have damage. Strongholds have a lot more health. Like something like that. They should. Because what do you mean my base just does nothing even though it's a giant warship with super laser weapons?
You see every mobile in this game is somehow based off of Char's performance in the Battle of Loom.
Like It's just kind of crazy. I
Right. 2.5 is like a perfect number for them. You already cost the card in your hand to deploy them, so there's already like a resource
so
cost attached.
so there is like a thing they said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Band pairs and North includes band pairs and no more than so they say are these the basic tutus are included as band pairs, meaning you can't even mix and match them.
Nope.
Yep, you can't, even if they're in the same thing. You can't put the Mariner with the Gelgoog. Just can't do it.
Only one.
Yep, only one and only 4. I wonder, some people, I saw some this kind of brings it there. I saw someone talk about like why do that? That's lame. I'm like, well, I think the simple answer is because it weakens like trying to power up tribal effects,
Yeah.
right? For example, say you have the javelin, right? And then you
Like you have to tilt your deck in a direction.
yeah, like say you have a javelin, but if the javelin and say like League Military and Shuffle Alliance have a strong connection, but they both need like uh there are in archetype cards, you have to choose like which color, which 2-1 you get, and like which one is more important to you in terms of the game state, right? It's a deck design choice. It's like, yeah, you're restricted, but we also made it so like you have to decide: do you want the League Militaire stuff to be active much more importantly, or do you want, say, this is hypothetical, by the way, or do you want your mobile fighter stuff more active? Like, what does it mean to you in that regard? If you want to run one of these, which one matters more to you as a player?
Yeah.
And I think that is fine. It's a little like, it does remind me a bit of like how like when Vanguard like started doing like effect triggers and like at a certain point every deck just became like the exact same trigger basically with no alternate arts or whatnot.
Uh-huh.
Right? For example, heals was like one of the last bastions of like what you want to run, like how you side things, and then they printed effect heals that were like, yeah, you need to run these. It kind of took away like the personalization of the deck in some way, of the player.
Honestly, I feel like across a lot of card games, Vanguard might have the worst case of cycle issues I've seen.
What do you mean expand?
Where like every time a cycle drops in Vanguard, it's immediately the best thing you can add to your deck at that moment for like 90% of decks in a format. Like you said, the effect triggers, all the various cycles we've gotten in D series, where it's like, hey guys, here's a new like double R cycle you have to add to your decks right now to survive in the next meta game. Like, well, shoot, are you gonna reprint the previous cycles now? Give us a year.
It's been 2 since the guns were printed.
Give us another year.
Like, that's what I realized. I'm like, dog, it's been almost 3 years since those gun cyclers were printed.
Right, and I'm like, the issue with the cycle cards in Vanguard is that it goes up and up and up and up.
Yeah, because there's no actual reprint. And
Right.
so it's like,
and it's like you gotta have the newest cycle card to fill in with the rest of your cycle cards, and then the deck becomes, all right, here's my right deck and all my cycles.
right, that's the problem.
Whatever, like,
that's why
I can squeeze in there.
The whole generic conversation is so terrible.
Yeah.
It's because it's like, yeah, man, it's like, yeah, man, can I add this generic card into it? Why? Don't you have cards already in your archetype? Yeah, but they're not as good as this random generic card.
Yeah, it is kind of ironic, right? Like, people complain about like how Riot Lines have completely killed the like openness of like these series. And Bush was like, "Alright, so we have figured out a niche fix here. Here's a bunch of generic sample cards every single set." It's like, oh no. You
And
create a completely different problem. Now every deck plays the exact same.
I mean, there's actually a thing where it's like there are some decks that like obviously over time just kind of like cut out their cycles or a different version of cycles, right? I think, for example,
Right.
to me, Rezio was at its best. I think Rezio is like one of those like fully fleshed out decks where it's like, yeah, a lot of your cards are Rezio specific, do what the deck needs to function, and I think this deck is perfectly good. You don't really need generics unless like
Mm-hmm.
you just want a little bit of like extra. Like the point of the generic should be to fill out what the deck can't do.
Right.
The problem comes when your deck is all generics, and it's like, so then what you're telling me is that your deck just sucks. Like that's
That's a weird
that's the
one.
kind of awkward thing I get. Is like your deck just sucks. Your deck actually just
Right.
doesn't have cards to play.
Like I think Rezio's an interesting case in all of this because like Rezio's effects, like on the card himself, are fairly generic, right?
Yes.
Like Rezio doesn't demand anything from the player, which made it so completely like this perk designed for the Keter Good stuff pile that would eventually like take over.
That is true.
It's like, what do you invent here? It revives cards. That's all it does. That's it. No other gimmick. What gimmick? We come back to life. That's it. Like that. Like Rez is a whole other case in like you really need to actually give a deck in in the modern day for Vanguard in particular. You need to make them some gimmicky nonsense. I don't care if it's the main character deck. You gotta give him a gimmick.
I mean, that's what I think the formula is.
Rizal is what, and Cantor Pilot's one you don't give a deck a gimmick. It looks like Bushy can't even print a new Rizal.
I mean,
because where do you go? Revive 4 regards?
I mean, I think that's kind of one of the things where like Varga probably is like a lot more well designed, I guess you can say, in an awkward situation where it's like, yeah, it's a restandard.
It's a
All
bit
it does
more
is
well
restandard.
designed.
It's a restandard. But it also blows up the board. The board. It eats the board to do so. So your deck has to be built around either ejecting your cards fast enough or having the specific Varga cards that can like gain advantage off of getting the heck up out of there.
Right.
And most of those,
I mean, Varga is definitely more well designed.
Yes, even if it is like just bait your opponent to like
it's a Dragon Empire deck. It's a restander.
Yeah. Like also freaking yeah, it's just like, man, the Fated Clash era of Divines was so genuinely like perfect, was actually genuinely so good. It makes me upset everything else went south fast.
Right.
And somehow we've turned this into a banger discussion again. Anyway, back to this. The point being, I think I think all of these changes are good because this is one of the few I'm like, I don't know specifically, not because this isn't a good change, or because I don't know if there's an art. I don't know how to particularly argue against this not being the case. Like I feel like there is an argument, but there's also an argument to do this and an argument not to do this. But it's like, it's kind of like I don't really care one or the other. It can always come off.
Yep.
I think this is fine, especially with the idea of like, yeah, you only really want 4 Anksha-like effects in the game right now. So yeah, having that gone and restricting these makes sense. And like this makes sense under the current construction of the game because you need to do something. And you know what's crazy?
Yeah, they just had to fix the game.
Yeah. Like,
oh my god, I just remembered something that's actually kind of similar to this.
what?
About the way Battle Operation 2's tiering of works, for like a unit cost. Because the game has a bunch of the game has, costs from like 100 to 700 for like the brackets for units.
Mm-hmm.
The only like playable lobbies start at 300. Literally 1 and 200 are both useless. And I'm like, huh. This the exact same thing happening here. Why are these Gundam games always starting at 3? It's a little funny of a coincidence.
Huh. It's very funny.
Well, 1 and 200 are for units to level up into like the higher tiers. But they're completely useless, like at base. So yeah. Funny.
So now the thing is, does this kill aggro? No. Aggro should never die because aggro is a game gameplay style in the modern card game sense that should exist. The problem with aggro, like I said earlier, was that it was very durable and it was too fast. Right? It was too fast and that these just came up with speed. And just on the way the game is played, it's like on the way the game was currently dropping cards, it's like you couldn't get rid of these cards fast enough.
Yeah.
Right? That's why like the whole like red decks were just like dropping had a bunch of just spells because they're like, yeah, we can't stop you on board, but what we can do is just pray to God you just hit every landmine in our shield area and get packed up so that we can stabilize.
Honestly, they should just print the Gagas from a Double Season 2 in red. It's like you pop them, your opponent takes the damage. You can do something with those.
Mm. But the point is like
Fun aggro.
the long story is like aggro exists, but it's no longer just drop a bunch of tutus. Now you actually like all your units now actually have like if you want to do
Play the
anything,
game.
they're much weaker, right? They're much weaker, right?
Yep.
You now have to drop like if you want to do one of those 1-1-1-2s, you have to drop 3. That automatically slows up your offensive capabilities because they don't do a lot of damage. You want to run the Exit Repair in a aggro deck that isn't Celestial Being? Like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I can still just blow that card up. Mika actually takes care of that card, right? A Mika ping, gun tank. The all range attack is a much more stronger card now because you don't have to deal with a bunch of boards. You can just swing in. You're going to actually like deal a bunch of damage to a bunch of cards, and a lot more of those cards are going to lead the board. Genuinely,
Little good old, yeah. The ones are super good for, I guess, in this instance.
right. The only negative part is that this had to happen in the first place. That's the only real negative. Outside of that, this is a great list, and it can always change. They acknowledge that there's a problem.
Look, I'm gonna get credit to this. All right, it's less silly than that first Riftbound ban list. All right.
Yeah.
Looks winning to me.
Speaking of Riftbound, transition. The
Yep,
Riftbound,
that was the plan.
the Riftbound XT1 2025 World Champion Collection. Earlier today at the MSI, happening in Seoul, South Korea, revealed a special product honoring T1's victory at the 2025 League of Legends World Championship. This reveal also marks another milestone for Riftbound, the upcoming official launch of official Korean language products. You know, so there we talked about that last episode. T1's journey is one worthy of being immortalized. After entering Worlds as the 4th seed, they battled through a gauntlet of the best teams in the world to claim their 6th World Championship title and 3rd win in a row. That type of history deserves to live forever. We're introducing, to commemorate the win, we are introducing the Riftbound XT1 2025 World Champion Collection boxes, which have 2 versions, the Signature Edition and the Player Bundle. Both products are inspired by T1's win and feature 5 chosen champion units with unique all-new arts in a unique card frame. Each card selected by a T1 member of the winning team. Dorn got Mbessa, Faker got Galio, Gumayushi got Misfortune, which is funny because he's not on the team anymore. Carrier got Seraphine, and Owner got Xinjiao. Note, Seraphine not alone is from Riftbound's future set Radiance. As such, this card is not legal for Riftbound until that set's release. So, this is the Signature Edition version. For the collector set commemorating the teams who win at Worlds last year, we've crafted every detail. From a high limited print run to the beautiful art and packaging, it will be available in English, Chinese, and Korean. Each language will have 10,125 versions produced. That number comes from the fact that each set will include 1 serialized card number from 1 to 2025, the year of T1's victory.
That's so cheesy.
So yeah, we have the images of Mbessa, Jin, Galio, Misfortune, and Sarah. This is their Signature Edition. Additional unique effects features a new unique foiling effect on these cards, gold stamped player signature on the serialized cards. So you see the difference between the serialized and non-serialized and whatnot.
Yep.
Right. So this is a premium collector's item, something you can put on your shelf and enjoy just look at this packaging. And they show off the packaging, what it looks like, etc., etc. So how can you get your hands on these? The English version will be available via drawing on the Riot Merch store in August. Chinese and Korean versions will be handled separately in region. The price for English will be $360. Chinese will be $225, and Korean will be $500K. The T1 World Champion Player Bundle. This is available in English, Chinese, Korean. The Signature Edition is something special. The team really clicked on it. However, we know there are many T1 fans who are just excited at the idea of including their favorite League Pro in their Riftbound deck. So we came up with a player bundle to let more players collect and play. These will be available later in the year. Stay tuned for more details. The English version will be available on the Riot Merch store via drawing. The contents will be the same 5 cards as the signature set with different amazing art, accessories, a sleeve pack, a deck box, a binder, 1 metal die. 1 in 10 will be black/gold, black and gold. And this is the look of the box, the binder, the deck box, the dice with the potential black die as well. So renderings not scaled, no sleeve pack shown. There's only 1 deck box and 1 dice right above. And this is the artwork for the player version, which also looks nice. The price in English will be $70, Chinese $400, and Korean $100. Wait, $100K. Okay, yeah. I read that. So yeah.
You know, I never noticed this.
What?
I really hate the use of I in card effect text.
Oh, because it's just weird because it's like, oh, I, as in like I am an
Right.
actual person.
Right.
I'm like, no, you're a trading card with with an imaginary character on it.
But we were stop doing dialogue in effect text, all right? Like, ew. Like, I don't know. It just feels wrong. I don't deal combat damage. Okay, buddy. Like, I get it. It's because, it's League of Legends, right? Like, we want the champions to really feel like it, right? So we gotta make the effects feel like quotes they would say when they're using a skill, an ability. But ew! Overall, though, the stuff does look good, all right? I will say that. I love the way the stuff looks, okay? The 1 in 10 chance for a black and gold die is a little silly. It's like, come on, buddy. You don't need RNG here. Like, come on. Look, I don't say it's good looking set of stuff. I don't know if I'd have paid $360 for. Yeah. Nah.
Mm,
Look, the supply set is just a good looking supply set. I use that for other card games. Like, forget the promo cards. Nah, nah.
all right. So we move on. Uh, Riftbound report. Uh, they've announced that the North American Regional Championships will happen at the Convergence Fest in Las Vegas on December 11th, 13th, which will also be together with TFT. So,
Nice.
yeah, if you like TFT and Riftbound, there you go. Next up, uh, the game director of Riftbound talked about upcoming set 4 bans. With Chaos plus Order possible now, Stealthy Pursuer from Origins enables a 3-card infinite. We're not opposed to infinite combos by default, but after eternal testing, this one warrants a proactive ban. We're continuing discussions about the format and if we want to make any additional card or battlefield bans, but we wanted to be direct about this as it is more of a patch for the game than a reaction to the meta. As for the timing, heard your FB that our previous effective date was too soon after the announcement, so to give players more time, the set 4 rules update and bans will be announced Thursday, July 16th at 6 p.m. and will take effect on Friday, July 24th with the Vendetta pre-rift. So, yeah. Ban list on the 16th, so next week. And you got a week
I
left.
do kind. It is a little admirable how they sound like they want to cushion the blow every single time. It's like, you know, there's more of a patch to the game. Like, it's a little funny to me. Everything's fine, guys. We're just, doing a bit of a balance patch, all right? We're not reacting to the meta or, like, we're not worried about something crazy comic shop. We already found it. We're just going to patch it out really quick, all right? We feel you. We hear you. It's a lot. It's a bit softer, right? Well, so how many infinite combos are creeping up into the game? Probably not just that one. That's about to show up in set 4 from the wording.
Hmm.
I have a hunch.
Yeah. We'll know when we get there.
Yep.
All right. Time for more details. Power World notes. Power World official card game officially hits 3.5 million pack sales worldwide, which will go to the past press release. So Bush Road Incorporated, headquarters Tokyo, is pleased to announce that the first booster pack for Power World, Don Palpos, officially hits 3.5 million pack sales worldwide. We kindly invite members of the press to cover the announcement below. Launches July 30th. That's it.
No.
Hey, we did. We got 3.5 million packs. Cover it. Okay.
I guess if you want to start doing some number crunching, at about 12 cards per box, 12 packs per box. That's about 292 boxes. Wait, no, that's 292,000 boxes. Sorry. So pretty good.
You said how many?
292,000 boxes.
Okay. Not bad.
Yeah.
And they're doing a giveaway.
I know how those. I don't know how much this number stack up with other card games, so it's good to have a number,
That is true.
right?
Next news. The Booster Pack 17 Paralactic Fate will release on November 20th, 2026. And it is the grand finale of Divine Series. Featuring units of Paralactic Fate arc. It will be there. So there is one thing about this set that is very funny. We talked about it earlier about why I don't have money for it. We go to products. It will release the same day as the Buddy Fight set.
Yikes.
Which is very insane.
Right. Like, oh boy. Who will win?
Well, I think we know who wins.
Yeah. But why would you do that as a company?
Well, I mean, the only thing that makes sense is they want to have space that they have the right multiple reasons. One,
Right. Holiday shipping, and then
holiday shipping. Yep.
New Vanguard season starts in January. Now Bushro could get their hands out of their asses and do a simultaneous release.
That too.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that, but they did. Well, no, hold on. It might.
Maybe, but I don't know if we trust them like that, you know?
Right. I'm just like thinking that nothing else has been announced yet.
Yeah, this outside of Persona, this is the only set left.
They might actually do it. Holy cow. Huh. All right.
And lastly, a discussion on this news you brought to me. Bushiroad strengthens global expansion with 2 new overseas group companies and the launch of the Power official card game. So, announced the 2 new. So, Bushiroad announced the establishment of 2 new international group companies as part of the strategy for long-term financial growth. This is on the 9th. The above includes the release of the Power official card game in 3 languages simultaneously, which is Japanese, English, and simplified Chinese, and expected to play a major part in the projected overseas TCG sales ratio. The ratio is forecast to exceed 50% for the first time in company history by fiscal year 2027 June. Guided by its mission to deliver excitement to the world, the Bushiroad Group is driving the global expansion of entertainment experiences. Under its medium-term vision 2030, Bushiroad has positioned the acceleration of its global expansion as one of its core strategies. While maintaining a stable revenue base in the domestic market, the company aims to expand its share in high-potential international markets to achieve sustainable growth in its corporate value. 2 new group companies added overseas. To expedite building a sales network and strengthen the localized marketing in Malaysia and China, Bushiroad will establish new group companies in both countries. This brings the total number of overseas group companies to 7, enabling the company to implement optimized business operations tailored to the market environment of each region, which they have put the images here. So they will have one in China and they will have one in Malaysia, which
Bushiroad USA still pretends to exist.
it is very funny. Like I looked at this, I'm just like, okay, one, I forgot Bushiroad USA still was really a thing. It's not, kind of ain't.
Really not.
It's the it might as well just be like the vacation house at this point.
Bushiroad event planning and catering.
Considering that Singapore is a TCG manufacturing facility for the World Card products. And she's like, so what the heck does the USA one do?
Who knows?
And then you notice that there's not a single one in Europe or the rest of the half of the continent.
Yeah, nope.
All of them are like on the corners, like you're about to you're like at the edge of like the water. There's not even actually anything deeper in the main line. There's nothing in Australia. Like there's 2 Singapores.
Yes.
Then,
Once a manufacturing facility and then once the actual Bushiroad office.
Yep. Then there's the manufacturing facility in Malaysia, which now has its own thing.
Now
so
it's an office.
China has a new one. South Korea has Bushiroad Asia. There's obviously the North American one. I mean the one in Japan, and then the United States one, which
It's a shell company.
And then there's nothing in Europe.
Nope.
So Bushiroad Asia, which established the distribution network for TCG business in the South Korean market, has founded a new local subsidiary in Malaysia. Why the Korean one is doing one in Malaysia, I don't know. By directly applying the expertise accumulated by Bushiroad Asia, the new company will implement optimized sales and distribution strategies in the Malaysian market, which is expected to see strong growth in the coming years. President and CEO will be Sungjun Park, the current president and CEO of Bushiroad Asia. which was established in March 2026 and commenced operations within the same year. China, given the scale of the Chinese market, Bushiroad transitioned a simplified Chinese TCG business into a model for local manufacturing and distribution. By shifting from the traditional export model to a more efficient operational structure, the company aims to enhance market competitiveness through shorter lead times and reduced logistic costs.
China will get simultaneous releases for Vanguard.
This is in the simultaneous global launch of Power World. Initial global shipment for the first booster pack is currently projected to exceed 3.5 million packs, with a strong start. Part of global rollout, Bushiroad staff have been traveling approximately 400 card game shops and venues across more than 18 countries and regions to host pre-release sales, events, and tutorial workshops. Workshops have also been part of major international events as MA Expo, and have also held the company-hosted card game festival events in Singapore and Korea in August. Bushiroad expects approximately 1,500 participants domestically and internationally during these events. The company will continue to actively exhibit at and participate in major events both in and outside of Japan going forward. The goal is to nurture the product into a sustainable TCG brand that contributes to steady long-term revenue rather than being a temporary trend. They want Power World to be a hit. They are saying this will be the new flagship.
Find you someone that loves you like Bushiroad loves Power World.
Overseas TCG sales ratio expected to reach 50% in fiscal year ending June 2027. As a result of the above efforts to strengthen global expansion, the international sales ratio of Bushiroad's TCG business is projected to exceed 50% for the first time in company history in the fiscal year ending June 2027. The company has transitioned into a new phase of adapting its business model that was built in the Japanese market to the global market. Moving forward, Bushiroad will sequentially accelerate the global expansion of not only its TCG business, but also other businesses within the group, striving for solid financial growth and enhanced corporate value. And we have the
they saw the light when with Power World. Especially the report that apparently, unlike every other time Bushiroad has adapted something where where like another IP goes to Bushiroad, Bushiroad went to Pocket Pair. And we're like, please let us adapt, make a card game out of you.
Pocket Pairs.
Only time that's happened with Bushiroad, apparently. Or at least according to Kidani. Every other IP card game they made has been a request from someone else.
All right, sure.
I mean, shoot, if he says, I mean, I can believe it. It was like, okay, well, some people want us to make a card game. I guess we'll do it. I can see that. You know, like with Shadowverse, Evolve. So you want to handle another card game IP? Sure. Yeah, it seems like, yeah, here's a big global push now. Now, in 2026. Apparently.
I, you know what it is? I completely understand why. Probably other people, like other communities in the Bushiroad sphere, do not like us sometimes.
But they don't like the Vanguard part.
No, that like they say we complain all the time. Look, I get it.
Yeah.
So how can you not look at what they doing and just be like, And not just be
I mean,
like, so they
okay,
could have just done this.
okay. To be fair, though, right? Like Vanguard players in particular seem to have a really weird zero-sum game mentality when it comes to anything Bushiroad does, right? Well, let's be real. Anytime Bushiroad or Vanguard specifically announces something that a player does not want, a Vanguard player will immediately go, well, shoot, how dare they? This is a waste of time. This could have been blah, 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 blah that I wanted. You're killing the game, Bushiroad. For not doing exactly what I want from you right now. And it'll just be something like a Bermuda Labyrinth set. Right. Or, it's funny. Oh, is that Persona? Ugh! This could have been an extra booster for Crane Cross Epic or blah 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 blah. This could have been a Youthquake booster. You're killing the game. Like Vanguard players are particularly zero sum compared to the rest of Bushiroad's franchises, right? Like we've seen it all the time.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean this is a little egregious. Even I will admit. It's like, oh, what do you mean just opening up two offices, made gangbusters off of Power and doing simultaneous releases for that game and not every other Bushiroad release prior?
Like, again, I understand, like, say, we're not doing one for whites because that's a whole different thing. They are
Right.
basically, Cycling is basically trying to force them to do simultaneous release. But the fact
Yeah.
that none of that has been even attempted to try and speed that up for Vanguard, and every time they do, it's like, oh, wait, ew, icky, ew. They just get
Right.
stuck in some
And in
weird loop.
defense of Weiss, they will at least fill the gap with some banger English exclusive sets.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like, son,
Right.
like, it is kind of thing. It's like, they're like, why are you whining so about? How could we not when they're literally the one game they have full control over? They don't want to do the thing they know a card game in 2026 should have.
Let it be known that the entire Gate Roller saga started because Akeda left over them not wanting to do simultaneous releases for Buddy Fighting Card Fight Vanguard back in the day. That's actually the core reason we're here right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe Akeda's fantasies.
No, listen, bro might be insane, but I can probably believe that at bare minimum that he used.
I mean, it does make sense, but he probably did have simultaneous releases for a while at the start.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm sorry if we see a sales report and for one reason or another, Power is outselling Car Fight Vanguard. It's like emergency meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, doesn't sound like they're putting a lot of faith in this game popping off.
Yep. All right, and that is basically all the news. So we go back to the
Yep.
main pod. All right. Yeah, I think we are completely done here.
Oh right, I forgot. I could earn one more set of numbers for you for the math though, and it. You know, I said 292,000 boxes for Power World.
Yes.
You wanted a breakdown? That's about 24,306 cases.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Those are some decent numbers. Maybe. See, I wish we had hard numbers for every other card game. Makes me mad that we don't.
Yep. Well, some people have to keep it close to their chest.
Yep.
All right. So that is it for our on.
That was it for our show.
Yep. Yep. So, our next podcast is scheduled for the 25th of July, which is very important because that will be after the Bushiroad product stream for this summer.
Surely they will give us any tiny scruple of information about what's happening in January.
Maybe, maybe not. They might consider the wait. Who knows?
Probably.
But on that note, thank y'all so much for tuning in for this episode of the Out of Pocket Podcast. We will see you next time.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.